What you thinking? What you thinking? Where's your mind at? Don't you miss us? Don't you miss us? Cause you don't call back, you don't call back. Are you happy? Tell me, are you happy? Are you smiling? Are you smiling? Go happy. Tell me, go happy. Cause I am done, yeah, I am done. I'm holding on to pieces of us that I just can't let go. I know this is a desperate kind of love, but it feels like it's hard. Where you going? I'm holding on to pieces of us, cause I just can't let go. We don't wanna have a conversation. We don't wanna think about it, we just wanna fake it. We just wanna act like everything is great. Go back to the day, watching movies in the base. And the problem is now I feel like everything has changed. And I'm trying to make a living on the music, but I feel like every time I look at you, I'm in a place. It's hard to be the man of the house when you ain't got a house. I hate this. Yeah. It's complicated, it's complicated, it's complicated. We don't wanna talk, we don't wanna talk. It's complicated. I'm sitting in the hotel room like, why? Call your phone and apologize. Gotta be a way we can make this right. We can make this right. I'm holding on to pieces of us that I just can't let go. I know this is a desperate kind of love. I know this, but it feels like it's hard. Where you going? I'm holding on to pieces of us, cause I just can't let go. Holding on to pieces of us that I just can't let go. I know this is a desperate kind of love, but it feels like it's home. Wait, 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 don't leave me. Wait, wait, don't leave me.
I suppose we should get going.
Let's go.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
If my calculations are correct, Steve-O, it's Friday, my dudes.
Oh, it is Friday.
The week went by fast.
Yeah, dude.
Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to the show. Yes, it is January 25. Come on now. What is happening to the year?
Wow, that's actually kind of crazy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's right, everybody. Good morning and welcome. Ready to do this thing till 10. Of course, Friday's our boy, the Schwan.
Why does it feel like it's been so long since we've seen that guy?
Wasn't it last Friday?
No,
Oh, wait, you weren't
last
here.
Friday I was in
It
California.
was the week before, that's right. That's right, everybody.
I miss my dad.
Here we go, guys.
I can't go higher than that. Yeah.
If you guys want to hang out, we're live on YouTube at Star88FM.
Search it.
You'll find us. We're live. You can watch the show. Good morning, Livia and Pat Lopez. Good morning from Las Cruces. Jared, good morning. Carl, Casey, Matthew, Jacob Chaladay. Have we seen the new 21 Pilots video? I don't know. Have you?
Yes.
Pretty good?
For Chlorine. That's pretty good.
That's a good song.
They introduced a new character. There's this
Wait,
little
what? New character?
Little character in their new music video that I believe is going to be their new mascot, if you will.
Really?
Yep. Kind of like how Blink had the rabbit.
Yeah?
Yeah. Good old Ned. I believe that's his name, Ned.
Ned Stark?
Ned Ryerson? Ned. Oh.
Here it is, guys.
Yeah. You know, they played at the Forum in LA when I was out there. We almost went.
That's bad.
Would have been fun. The funny thing is, we were going to go, and they were like, nah, we ended up, going to the Warriors game and doing some fun things, so we didn't feel bad about it. But we were originally going to go see Justin Willman, the magician who does Magic for Humans. He was doing the Hollywood Roosevelt that weekend. And we ended up going, and then Justin said, great weekend doing magic, and the very first photo was with Josh Dunn and Debbie Ryan.
Wow, that's cool.
They went to the show, and I was like, well, we could have hung out. Never mind. Oh, man.
Oh, look at that cute little guy.
Yeah, that's Ned. Ned's a new character, guys. If you haven't watched the new 21 Pilots music video, they introduced him.
He's a little cutie patootie.
He's so cute. He's just adorbs, guys. He's like a house elf.
That's cool, man. That's very cool.
Gosh, that song is so fantastic.
Yeah, right?
That new album is incredible. Seriously.
You endorsed, bro?
Yeah, oh yeah. Highly endorsed by the entire Jeter household.
Nice.
Also, shout out to our girl Marissa. Today's her birthday.
Oh, good morning, Marissa.
Yeah.
Happy birthday.
21 Pilots launched a new music video and a new character for your birthday. Technically, it was yesterday, actually.
That's
so
cool.
Not really for your birthday. No, we don't have to say that out loud.
If you're in Oklahoma City, 21 Pilots is playing tonight.
Nice.
Chesapeake Energy Arena. That's cool.
Yeah.
Well, Oklahoma love there.
Mm-hmm.
All right, you guys can chime in, be a part of the show. Phone lines are open, 505-338-3700. Call us. We love it when you call. You can also text in. What's the live line number?
505-585-LIVE. That's 505-585-5483 to text in and be a part of the show. It's on our YouTube channel, actually, now. You can see it every time. The number to text in or to call in.
Oh,
no
man.
excuses, YouTubers.
Be careful, those trolls out there.
No, I mean, who cares?
You're right. Who cares?
I put it up every day.
Good.
So, youtube.com/star88fm. Get there, check it out. And while you're at YouTube, subscribe to our other channel.
That's right, everybody.
Dude, don't sweat the small stuff. We do this little interview gig in a sauna with celebrities. And I'm happy to say it's doing really well.
That's right, everybody.
Yeah, we launched it. We only have 2 episodes in. We premiere a new episode every Monday until the end of time.
That's right.
And we used to do a little bit on YouTube called Stand By for Awesome with our boy Teo. And we're like 30 subscribers away from beating Stand By already.
That's pretty cool.
With 2 episodes. So, thanks to everybody who has supported that fun little adventure. And if you haven't checked it out, make sure you get there, youtube.com/Don't Sweat the Small Stuff TV and subscribe. Because we need subscribers.
Yeah, of course. And on Monday, we kicked off the second episode with UFC fighter Michelle, the Karate Hottie Watterson.
Yeah.
And was like, I'm going to talk to her. And I interviewed her for hours.
Yeah.
And I have ledgers.
That's Steve-O. That's not Michelle.
That's not Michelle. That's me talking about my dad. But I've already had multiple people call me after that episode asking if I was serious about writing a book or doing something with my dad's story. Because apparently I don't tell it enough. For good reason. I don't like talking, like people are like, I had no idea. And I'm like, well, it's not like I wear a name card that says, my dad was killed flying drugs for the mafia. Like,
Yeah.
But I feel like I've said it a bunch, right?
No, not at all.
I hate you. I hate you. I wish you supported me, Dexter.
Of course I do.
I just wish you supported me.
Of course I do.
You do.
Of course I do.
You know what we need to do? We should get the drug lord on the sauna and interview him.
The drug lord?
About why he killed my father.
You know what? I'll book it.
Okay.
I'll book it.
If you could get that.
I'm like in with the cartel since last Uber.
Yeah.
On
and
Saturday
I watched
Friday.
American Made, so I feel like I've got a lot of really good questions lined up.
Yeah.
So if we could just get that going, maybe we'll just get Tom Cruise in and say, why did you do a movie about my dad?
Right. There you go.
That'd be cool too.
Exactly.
Yeah, it'll happen.
Yeah, don't sweat the small stuff. Go check it out, you guys. And we got Master Ken. He's got this really
really famous YouTube star on the YouTubes. He's famous for a maridote. It's a form of martial art. And him and his partner Todd hit the sauna with us. We'll kick that episode off on Monday.
Yeah. Speaking of Monday, our girl Holly Slade is going to be honored for her work.
From
with,
Feed In 'Em Kids?
Feed In 'Em Kids.
Nice.
She's coming in this morning.
Oh, she's going to come in?
7:30.
Good.
Namaste, bro. Namaste. I don't know what that means.
She's great, guys. She's great. Namaste means just chill, bruh.
Oh.
It's a yoga term.
Yeah. Namaste.
Namaste.
A respectful greeting
Breathe.
said when giving a namaskar. What's a namaskar?
Oh, so it doesn't mean chill, bro?
No. A namaskar is a traditional Indian greeting or gesture of respect.
Oh, namaste.
Made by
That makes
bringing
sense.
the palms together before the face or chest and bowing.
Namaste. It makes sense. When people
Yeah.
walk into a yoga gym, they're like, namaste. Oh, namaste.
That's like when you walk into a sushi joint and you go, arigato!
A reggaeton?
A reggaeton.
Like reggae?
Yeah.
A reggaeton?
It's because it's not origato. You know, like domo?
Domo,
domo.
gato,
Yeah, it's not origato. It's actually arigato. Arigato! That's real, bro. I'm not even kidding. Anna Sue taught me that from Takumi Sushi.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah.
Hey, coming up here in just a little bit, we're going to find out if Tom Brady is actually a real cheater. This 10-year-old kid won a science fair by proving Tom Brady is a stinking cheater. That's real life.
Wow.
He won the science fair.
Wow.
Yeah.
This is crazy. I love 10-year-olds. Good job, child.
Yeah. It's
Just childlike wonder and wanting to prove that he's a cheater.
yeah.
I want to hear. I want to know the science behind
He's got science, man.
Okay, I can't wait. By the way, Rochelle chimed in and said, Steve, I've been listening to you for 10 years
10 years.
and didn't know that's how your dad died. So,
Well, you don't listen, do you? Do you actually listen to the show?
I don't think I've really ever. I've told that story maybe twice, but it's
You know what? You're right. You've never really,
really,
told the
like,
story,
yeah.
but which the story is incredible. We should, you know what? I should interview you in the sauna and just do the story
Nah,
because it would take a whole 30 minutes.
it
just
really
to
would.
get a quarter of the story.
And then we really would be able to interview the mafia because they'd be after me.
What if we got? See, we can't. I wish we could get our friend Nick from Deliver Fund in there, but he's got some contract where he can't be on video.
Yeah,
But we should get some CIA person in there, right?
yeah, that'd be cool. Yeah, that'd
That's
be
what
really
I.
cool.
Yeah, right.
Well, last time Nick was in here, his amazing analyst Chloe from 24 was in here.
Yeah.
I was actually asking her if she would do her
Look into it.
Yeah, dude.
Ooh, yeah. She's
Kara's like a real deal, like real life Chloe.
yeah. She worked for the NSA.
Yeah, but
She's Homeland.
I don't think you can actually use those resources.
She's
for those
Carrie
things.
from Homeland.
Yeah.
And she's a really, really cool person, and I can't wait to have her back on the show. When she was in last time, she was just all giddy about radio, so we got to get her back in.
Yeah.
But she can't be in the sauna either because of the whole contract.
Well, I think she can if we blur her face.
Is that what we do? Make her voice deep.
Yeah.
Well, we're here in the sauna with we can't say her name. We'll call you Josephine.
Hi, guys. Yes, I used to be an analyst for the NSA.
You were joking about interviewing me, and we've actually had people chime in and saying yes because I've never really told the whole story, and so it'd be good to have it.
You want to do it this morning, man?
No,
Why not?
because
Something you gotta be ready for? Or
no,
just,
I'm ready. I know it very well.
I mean, is it just a bad day to do it, or?
that's a long story. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, come on, we got
It's not
4
about me.
hours of this thing.
It's not about me.
Well, it's a great story.
Yeah, I mean, define great. It's a story. That's
Okay,
For sure.
if you've seen American Made with Tom Cruise, it's a little like that.
A little
Little bit.
bit.
I remember the first time that trailer popped.
Oh, dude.
Steve-O was just, Oh my gosh!
I immediately tweeted the writer of the film asking where he got the story
Yeah,
from.
I think that's
really did.
Story about my dad.
Yeah, I really did. Because I was freaking out when I saw the trailer. Like, dude, where did this story come from? And that's another reason why I haven't really told the whole story. Because did you see this? Did you see this story about the Oscars? How there's a short film nominated for an Oscar about a 2-year-old who was kidnapped by a couple of 10-year-olds and murdered.
Oh my gosh! No, I did not. I did not hear about this.
It is a true story.
Shut up. Shut up.
About this 2-year-old whose life was taken because he was kidnapped and murdered by a couple of 10-year-olds.
By a couple of 10.
Here's the worst part about it. The director and writer of the film never got permission from the family or even talked to them about the movie.
Really?
So they've been trying to get this film like boycotted forever because the family is disgusted that they weren't even consulted or talked to about it. And on the flip side, the Oscars are like, well, this is nominated for an award. So like, imagine the pain that they're going through all of these years later after the death of their child.
Oh my God.
And it was because it was just a public story. So I'm like, well, maybe I don't want to tell my dad's story because then all of a sudden somebody else is going to steal the idea and take the movie.
Well, I mean, it's kind of already been done.
Yeah.
I mean, but you don't really know all of the, like, you got more details this past couple years.
I know a lot about it.
Yeah.
But,
I mean,
there is one person I did tell the entire story to, and that's Joel Smallbone from For King and Country.
Oh,
because we were talking about his brother's a filmmaker, so we had talked about.
Do you want him to play your dad?
The process? No. Are you
what
kidding
if
me?
What if he was like, we want to make a movie and I'm going to play your dad?
Yeah,
would you be okay with him playing your dad? Who would you want to play your dad?
Well, first of all, he's Australian.
Keanu Reeves, wouldn't it?
Second of all, my dad when he passed away, he was 42 years old.
Keanu Reeves.
How old am I?
You're 42.
I'm 40.
You'd want to play your dad.
Yes!
Yeah, we can't. You have no acting experience whatsoever.
I'm with you every single day and act like I have a good time, so...
What did you just say? What did you just say?
Fake laugh.
Me too. See, that's
Well
not
played.
a fake laugh.
That was...
Hashtag me too.
Wait. Nope.
Wrong.
Time's up!
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it is time's up. We got to go to break.
Yes, it is.
Good morning, Sarah. Good morning. Good morning, Fistios 1928. Good morning.
All that to say, we have a YouTube channel at Don't Sweat the Small Stuff TV. Go check it out.
I'm being serious, though. Who would you want to play your dad besides yourself? If you could pick an actor.
Well, it sounds crazy because he literally just did a movie where he played a dad, and he was amazing in it, but he's a little older now. But I had said back in the day, Dennis Quaid.
Ooh. My
dad was like a good old boy.
Yeah.
So,
but how old is Dennis Quaid? He's gotta
exactly.
be
Older,
like 60,
older.
right?
So even more back in the day, it would have been like John Schneider or something like that, because he was like a big old cowboy.
All right, we got to take a break, guys. We're live from the Dreamstyle Remodeling Star 88 Studios. Yeah, coming up, that story about the 10-year-old who won the science fair by proving Tom Brady is a cheater. Lots to talk about. Sam Swan going to be joining us this morning at 8. And chime in. We'll be right back, guys. Hang out.
Hey, if it's true that God's Word is living and active, how do you put it to work right now? James McDonald believes it's up to you. So listen up.
When it says husbands, love your wives, the word is agapao. It's the biblical term that describes God's love, a giving love, a selfless love, a sacrificial love. Men, you should be able to, just as quick can be, you should be able to jot down a list of 3 or 4 or 5 things that you won't be doing this week, that you may even want to do, but you won't be doing them because you're going to love your wife.
Listen Up is a production of Walk in the Word. It's our mission to ignite passion in the people of God through the proclamation of truth. Need to get fired up? Go to jamesmcdonald.com.
Supernova on Star 88 with David Jeremiah.
Think for just a moment of the pain in Mary's life. She had known pain in the anxiety and the anticipation of her own son's death. She knew it was coming. She knew that he was born to die. How much she knew about the way in which this would take place, we can only guess. But she saw the events transpire that led her son to this moment. And finally, the day of her son's death arrived in all of its stark tragedy. Her dreaded dreams had come true, and they were more terrible than she had ever anticipated. The babe of Bethlehem, the boy of Nazareth, the brawny workman of the carpenter shop, the gentle man of Galilee, the teacher without equal, the mighty man of merciful miracles, the humble man of patience and grace, her own son, is now writhing before her own eyes in the throes of agony and death.
Turning Point with David Jeremiah. Don't miss it on our sister station, KNKT, weekdays at 11 a.m. on 107.1 FM.
I lace the boots up, it's straight to the door, cause this is worth fighting for. I get my head right, the heart's gotta follow. Whisper a prayer like there ain't no tomorrow. Take a breath, and I exhale slow. I wasn't made for this kind of cold. This ain't the kind of place that you wanna know. These are the elements, I'm telling you, bro. This world, it's up in my grill. This world, it's shooting to kill. This world always gotta be stealing my heart. This world always trying to rip my family apart. I'll fight the elements. I'll fight the elements. I got spirit, I got faith. I might bend, but I won't break. I'll fight the elements. And I'ma go down swinging. If I go down, I'ma go down swinging. If I go down, I'ma go down swinging. If I go down, I'ma go down swinging. If I go down. This ain't our home, nah, not even close. They camouflage like we fighting some ghosts. You start to doubt everything that you know. I feel the heat and it's starting to show. They try to break us, make us wanna give in. Lay down our arms, provocate us again. Lay down a fight, I could never relent. And I'ma take it all the way to the end. I'll fight the elements. I got spirit, I got faith. I might bend, but I won't break. I'll fight the elements. And I'ma go down swinging. If I go down, 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 let's go! Father God, let me see it for what it is. This ain't neutral we're up against. These elements push me to the fence, and then I end up on top of it, if I'm not careful. To recognize what is pushing in, open my eyes to these elements, stand up and rise to these elements. I'm willing to fight the elements.
Toby Mac, The Elements on Star 88, 6:30.
High today of 45 degrees.
The Morning Invasion with Dex and Steve-O.
Yeah. All right.
You okay?
Good morning.
Morning, buddy.
Good morning, Steve-O. How's everybody doing?
Feeling so good.
Good. Good morning, Diane. Good morning to you. Kaylin, good morning. A lot of people hanging out on YouTube Live. If you want to watch the show,
Yeah.
do it. Also, don't forget, you can download a free app. It's a free Star 88 app right there on your Droid, your iPhone, your tablets. And you can stream us live. You can get us on demand. It's a really cool on-demand feature. It's a podcast. Yeah. If you want to call in, 505-338-3700. Coming up here in just a little bit, Steve-O found a really crazy story about Mark Zuckerberg and how he only eats everything he kills, which, when you said that, I was like, Mark Zuckerberg?
Yeah,
dude. For Montana boy? Oh, I love
Warms
that.
the cockles of your heart.
Yes, I love that. Way to go. I can't wait to hear the rest of the story.
Yeah.
But before we move on with anything else, we need to talk about Tom Brady.
Oh, Tom.
Thomas Aaron Brady.
Is that what? No. What's his name?
Thomas Ezekiel Brady.
What's his real middle name?
Thomas Lawrence Brady, named after the football player.
No.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
You still haven't gotten it right.
Thomas Eugene. Am I close?
You were close.
Thomas Uriah.
No.
Thomas
No.
Oh wait, Gene.
No.
Wait, I was close with Eugene.
Yeah.
Thomas Hussein.
No.
I give up. I don't know. What is it?
Started with an E. That was
Easy.
No. Thomas
Edison. Edward
Patrick Brady. He's got two middle names. He's that guy. Thomas Edward Patrick Brady Jr.
Wow. Jeez.
Yeah.
Showing off.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well.
I mean, hello. My name is Thomas Edward Patrick Brady Jr.
And I'm a cheater, everybody.
No!
You're a cheater. Cheater.
According to science, he's a stinking cheater.
Okay, according to a 10-year-old science
fair
project.
Yeah, he won the science fair project. You guys want to hear the science behind Tom Brady being a cheater?
Because obviously this went viral. So, yeah.
Ooh. Let's head on over to Lexington, Kentucky.
Wait, did he create Tom Brady in a lab?
Yes,
thus proving Tom Brady's not real? That's how we know he's a cheater?
This 10-year-old, his parents are scientists who created Tom Brady back in the actual 20s, 1920s.
When you started, I was like, well, of course he won. His parents are scientists. That's why my kids always fail. Actually, Jack's going to regionals with this science fair project.
Oh, what's he doing?
It's like this compression arm sleeve thing that they invented for athletes.
Yeah. Archery?
I'm not being funny. Like they sewed and put together and invented this compression sleeve for archers.
When he pulls back on the bow, does it go?
Dude, I'm like, you did what?
It's got to sound like a robotic arm.
It's much better than my science fair project where I duped my mom into buying me a bunch of basketball cards. It was, what are the odds of getting a Michael Jordan card in a pack of NBA basketball cards?
Oh, you just...
Mom, I need 100 packs of cards.
You just brought back my childhood.
That's really... I'm not even being funny. That's what I did.
Oh, me too. Every kid did that.
Hypothesis. I believe it'll be 1 in 8 packs of cards. I need 100 packs of cards, Mom.
You know what I used to do?
I really did
I used to actually pray to God. I'd sit there and go, Lord... will you please give me a Michael Jordan?
Oh, dude.
I used to pray.
Oh.
Sometimes I got a Michael Jordan.
I still have thousands of cards.
Yeah, I used to have...
I still have all
I used to have hundreds of Michael Jordan cards, Yeah, someone stole all of them from my brother's house.
You know what else I'm also thankful for? My last name being Jeter, because there was this kid named Derek Jeter that came on the scene, and I have about 15 of his rookie card. Because it was like, that guy's probably sucks, but his last name's Jeter. I'm collecting it. Oh, greatest shortstop of all time, maybe. Possibly.
Can we get back to this story?
Yeah. Thomas Edward Patrick Brady Jr.
All right, Lexington, Kentucky. There's a 10-year-old kid named Ace Davis. And he created a science fair project that set out to prove that Tom Brady is a cheater.
Love it.
Awesome.
I mean,
awesome
he wants life to be fair. Poor little sap. He doesn't know that it's not going to be. Don't tell him yet.
At first glance, it just looks like a poster about the Deflategate controversy.
Okay.
With memes and recaps of the NFL's investigation, plus some unflattering pictures of Brady, including one of him crying. I love that. Nice touch.
I swear this must have happened in like Ohio, because Brady played for Michigan and they're still hating each other. Kentucky.
But here's the cool thing. Ace actually did some science. In order to prove that underinflated balls gave Brady a competitive advantage,
okay,
he, his mom, and his sister threw footballs of varying inflation levels. And they found that the underinflated balls traveled the farthest.
Of course.
Well, Ace won the science fair, and now he moves on to a district competition. And in case you can't tell, Ace is not a Brady fan. When he was asked how he came up with the idea, he said, quote, "Because I hate Tom Brady. He's been accused of cheating before. I want him to be caught."
10 years old.
You're a cheater.
Because I hate a human.
This is great. And when asked what he'd say to Brady if he met him, he said, quote, "Give me some of your money. You don't deserve it."
Okay.
Ace also predicts that the LA Rams will win the Super Bowl 30-4. Write this down, guys. 30-14. Rams are going to win the Super Bowl after Brady throws 3 interceptions.
Oh my gosh, you really predicted this.
And
we gotta
Todd
remember this.
Gurley runs for 2 touchdowns. By the way, coming up next week, Super Bowl. That's right, everybody. We predict the outcome of the Super Bowl. It's 100% accurate. We put eggs in a microwave. They blowed up. And it tells us which team is going to win.
All right.
We were right last year.
We were right last year.
And every year before that.
Wasn't it Britt Romney's microwave?
I think it was, yeah.
That predicted it correctly, so.
Can't wait. I can't wait for Super Bowl next week.
Yeah.
Let's see. Let's see. I think that's about. You want to see some of the? You want to see? This is what his science fair project looks like. I mean, he did a great job. Is Tom Brady a cheater? And
his father, Paul Short, is very proud of him.
Ooh, nice.
Paul is the biggest Tom Brady troll.
Mm-hmm.
He's still doing it right now, but he says nope. Pats will win by some kind of crazy finish. Shocker. I don't know, man. I hope for a good game.
Well, in fairness to any Patriots fans out there, since Deflategate, the Patriots have been almost unstoppable.
Yeah, dude.
They've made it to 4 Super Bowls, winning 2, and they could make it 3 next weekend.
Since Deflategate.
Since the game where Brady cheated, they've compiled a record of 59-16, including 9-2 in the playoffs. So if Brady is still deflating footballs, that's on the NFL for not stopping him. Yeah. And if he isn't, then he clearly doesn't need to.
Yeah. I'm telling you, I was a huge hater, and then I just kind of chilled out and realized this guy's actually probably the greatest quarterback of all time.
Mm-hmm.
So,
well,
he really is.
Little Ace's, this little 10-year-old's conclusion, he says, well, here's the biggest advantage to an underinflated football is that it makes it softer, thus easier to grip, throw, and catch, which is extra helpful in bad weather games where it's cold or rainy. Where do the Patriots live?
New England.
How cold does it get there? What's the weather like?
It's pretty cold up there.
That's right.
Yeah, it's Boston.
That's right,
in
everybody.
The Massachusetts area. It's pretty cold. Antonio says, like him or hate him, the Patriots have given some exciting Super Bowls, win or lose. I couldn't agree more.
Yeah, right. I guess you're right. Can't argue that.
Paul, take your heart medication and just enjoy the Super Bowl. Don't go fishing like a dumb. Come on, man.
A lot of people aren't watching the Super Bowl.
I'm watching.
Do you think they're just saying that, but that they're not going to be able to control themselves?
No, it's true. Did we talk about this yesterday, or did I just read about this yesterday? I think we talked about it, right? The Super Bowl ticket prices?
Oh, yeah, we did. We talked about that earlier this week.
Plunged. Because most Patriot fans are like, I've seen that. I spent all the money on it. And then nobody else really cares. And
so they're really not that expensive.
They're not that expensive compared to other years, which is crazy. That makes me happy.
Yeah.
Because maybe then it'll be affordable. Yeah, right. But, yeah.
I love all these Super Bowl bets that they come out with every year because some of them are really weird. Like, what color will the liquid be that is poured on the game-winning coach? You can actually bet on that.
It's so weird. Yellow.
What will be the predominant color of Adam Levine's top at the start of the halftime show?
Red. I should write all these down, and then if I'm right about all of them, be mad.
Will Adam be wearing a hat at the start of the halftime show?
No.
Let's see.
I'm not writing any of these down, and I should be.
Well, according to Google searches, Adam very rarely wears hats.
Yeah, he does not wear hats.
Let's see. Will Adam Levine, Travis Scott, or Big Boy take a knee?
Okay. Gosh.
Will any player take a knee during the national anthem?
I don't. Dude, it's the Super Bowl. Super Bowl, no way.
Will any player use a prop during a touchdown celebration? A prop? Do they use props when they celebrate?
Yeah, sometimes. Like pull out a cell phone or a Sharpie and like... That happened this year.
Like, it's an invisible one? It's like
a prop. Like, it was under the goalpost, and he hit it, and he pulled out a cell phone to pay homage to, like, Joe Horn, and then he got fined
for
using a prop. Yeah, there's penalty. Can't do that.
Here's a good one. Will President Trump congratulate winning team on Twitter by midnight on the day of the Super Bowl?
If it's the Patriots, for sure, because him and Brady are buds.
Ah, good call.
Yeah.
Will Dilly Dilly be said during a Bud Light commercial?
Probably. Speaking of commercials during the Super Bowl?
I've seen them all already. I hate the Super Bowl commercials.
Why do you do this?
But I'm not doing it. It's all of them. Why do they play them before the Super Bowl now?
I follow this man on Twitter, and I will say I was a little bummed that I saw this, but did you see what Jeff Bridges tweeted yesterday?
No, I didn't.
Jeff Bridges tweeted a little 10-second clip.
Oh, wait. Is he going to be the dude?
Of him as the dude.
Shut up.
Like, we're talking gray hair, older looking.
No way.
He, like, walks and stops, and then he just looks at the camera and does the glasses thing. And I lost my mind. But the date is February 3rd, so it's like, well, it's got to be a Super Bowl commercial.
You know, I could probably go to YouTube and find it. Remember,
I don't want to see it yet.
I think the past year or two,
I hate that.
They release all of them on YouTube or they just play them.
I will be watching the Super Bowl literally for the 15 seconds of the dude who is Jeff Bridges' greatest character in the history of ever. I mean, I don't know, man. Tron Legacy was pretty good, man. Starman. I loved Starman.
Okay. All right, let's take a quick break, guys. Good morning. Hang out with us on YouTube Live at Star 88 FM.
Somebody said, prediction, Tom Brady will, in fact, retire after this year if they win. Okay. See? Who doesn't want to see that?
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll take a break, and we'll be right back after this. Hang on.
Get ready for some truth from Jensen Franklin on a Star 88 PowerPoint.
When God wants to transition you from one place to another place, He will put in your life what I call kingdom connections or power relationships. People many times who have done what you're trying to do, already been through what you're going through, and they have the ability to reach back and grab you and pull you through and expedite your journey in amazing ways. And it's all about who you get around. Something else about the right people, they can unlock the potential that is inside of you. If you get around the right people, they can unlock the potential that God has put in you. Some people have the opposite effect. They kill your dream. They will cause you to abort the purpose and the plan and the thing that God has put in your heart to do.
That's Jensen Franklin on Star 88 with a PowerPoint.
After a season of nightfalls and pushbacks, after the heartache of wrong turns and sidetracks, just when they think they got you game, set, match, here comes a comeback. Just cause you laid low, got up slow, unsteady, don't mean you blacked out or bowed out, you're ready. Just when they think there's nothing left running on empty, here comes a comeback. This is your time, your moment. The fire, you're golden. You come so far, keep going. Here comes a comeback. You feel the lightning, the thunder, your soul shakes under the roar of the heaven, the tide breaks, and from the ashes you will take your place. Here comes a comeback. This is your time, your moment. The fire, you're golden. You come so far, keep going. Here comes a just when they think they got you game, set, match. Here comes a comeback. This is your time, your moment. The fire, you're golden. You come so far, keep on going. Here comes a comeback. You're coming, you're coming.
Goki. The comeback. It's on Star 88, 647.
High today of 46 degrees.
What's going on in the news today?
Republicans and Democrats trading blows.
The only thing that is necessary is for the Democratic senators to withdraw their objections.
This government is shut down over a promise the President of the United States couldn't keep.
The Senate Intelligence Committee has subpoenaed Michael Cohen to testify in mid-February.
Stunning turn of events in Florida, where the new Secretary of State abruptly resigned after shocking photos surfaced showing him in blackface at a Halloween party.
A frightening road rage incident. A man jumping onto the hood of a car, smashing the windshield with his hand.
Massive winter storm from the Gulf all the way up to the Northeast, flood and wind alerts along much of the I-95 corridor.
The superintendent of schools in Elwood, Indiana, says she's learned her lesson after being charged with insurance fraud. Casey Smitherman went to the home of a sick student and took him to a medical center where she used a false name, claiming he was her son.
Scientists have revealed their new doomsday clock. It's still 2 minutes to midnight. The closer we are to midnight, the more danger we're in.
The announcement citing increasing carbon emissions and cyber attacks.
Seriously? Yeah. Fear. Just fear. Really? Fear. You know what fear stands for?
No.
False?
Uh-huh.
Irritable? No, that's an I.
Irritable's an I.
Darn it.
Emotional.
You're right. Emotional?
Yes. False.
Articulate? renditions.
False, emotionally articulate renditions.
Beautiful.
Yes. Hey, we gotta give a shout out to 12-year-old Alana K.
Man.
Alana K? Alana Casey. Alana Casey. I'm butchering this. Say that.
That's Llama K.
Llama Keiichi.
Llama K.
Llama Keiichi.
Who names their kid Llama?
Yama. Oh, Yama. So it was in Spanish. They were saying their name is Keiichi. Me llama Keiichi. It's way off.
I think that's right.
Happy birthday.
Hey,
12
happy
years
birthday.
old.
That's good. Way to go.
Yes.
Way to go, kid. 12?
I believe your grandmother says to say happy birthday.
I remember being 12. It was in the 6th grade. I just moved to a new school. Scared out of my mind, but Chuck was there. He was Oriental.
You were 12 when you moved to a new school?
Yeah.
See, what is that?
What?
I was 12 years old.
Really? I was too.
Last night, I was talking to my son Luke because he's in 7th grade, and 7th grade sucks. So
junior high just sucks.
Yes! And so he's kind of struggling because it's hard.
Well, yeah.
And I'm like, bro, let me tell you about my 7th grade. Grandma Dorothy was like, you know what we're going to do? Move to Las Vegas, New Mexico, where you're the only quote-unquote white kid, even though you're Spanish,
Beautiful.
but you're going to get into fights a lot.
Absolutely
Not
beautiful.
to mention the school system was just top-notch.
That's exactly what you need. That's what a kid needs. You need to be put, it's a pressure cooker is what it is.
It was definitely a pressure cooker. So I was just trying to encourage him yesterday, like, bro, trust me, you're 7th grade? Whew! Nah, bro, I used to walk uphill 12 miles each way. I really did have to walk to school because, they couldn't afford the bus system in Vegas because Vegas.
Exactly.
They kept stealing the wheels.
And you know what? Good.
Yeah.
You know what? If any kid is listening out there,
Yeah.
it's a rite of passage.
To hate 7th grade?
If you aren't struggling and you don't hate junior high, you don't hate middle school, then there's a problem with you.
You're the problem.
You are the
You
problem.
are Chad Brad Bryan. You're the guy that's making everybody else hate middle school.
Almost everybody out there hates middle school.
Yeah.
It's hard.
It is.
But guess what? It's not about doing schoolwork. That's a small part of school.
Yeah.
School's about being put into an environment and let's see if you can survive.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it's all about. And if you can't, sorry, but you're not cut out for life.
Yeah.
You're going to struggle. When life hits, when you graduate, when you become an adult and you have to go out on your own, it's going to be really hard.
Yeah.
It's going to be really hard.
Paul says, I got jumped in the 7th grade and face pounded so badly I looked like Two-Face for a couple weeks. People called me that for most of the year.
Look at Paul now.
Dude, Two-Face is one of the best villains, though. I never got a cool nickname.
And listen, I'm not saying that I approve the beatdowns or the bad environments. I'm saying the bad environments, the things that happen to us that are horrible, those are the things that build us up. Those are the things that should make us a better person if we allow it to.
Somebody just chimed in and said, I loved middle school. Glad you enjoyed it, Chad Brad Bryan.
Oh, guess what? Chad Brad Bryan joining us on the show right now. Good morning.
Good morning. Hey, that's funny you say that. I had the same talk with my boy last night, too.
Really?
Same has a great talk.
Dude.
Beautiful.
Yeah, we sat there. I told him, hey, it's not easy. I remember 7th grade. It was tough. Yeah, but you get through it. We'll get through it.
Yep.
Every day, man.
Amen to that, man.
You just wake up and you just do it.
Yeah.
You just go and do it.
Hey, I want to commend you, man, because there are not enough good dads out there willing to sit down and have conversations with their sons. So, good up on you for being a dope dad. Seriously.
Hey, thanks, man.
So,
yeah, man.
All right.
For real.
You have a good one. Huh?
You too. Yeah, seriously. I just had to sit him down and go, hey, you're going to struggle. When I'm not proud is if you just put your ball down and go home.
Exactly.
Don't ever give up. You, in baseball, you get up to the plate, and if you swing out 100 times in a row, as long as you have that bat in your hand and you're trying, I will cheer you on like a madman.
Yep.
But the second you put that bat down and give up on the game, I will not. Don't give up.
That's it.
This is life. It's hard sometimes, but
That's it. That's exactly what I always try to tell my kids, you know?
Yep.
You know, everybody's got their own path. They have to make their own decisions. And hopefully those bad decisions that your kids make, they learn how to make it a great thing, a beautiful thing. They can
and it's
learn
not,
from
the funny thing is for him, because he's Sporty Spice. It's not like bullying situation. It's just school.
Yeah.
It's just schedules and there's a thing called puberty and dude, life gets hard in middle school.
Yeah.
And I think sometimes as parents we need to remember that. Like, because it's easy for us to go, what's wrong with you? You know?
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, dude, you need to slow that train down. Like, come on, parents. We sometimes need that reminder too.
Yeah.
So it was hard. It was really hard.
Oh, man, it was really, especially, you know, when you start a new school. Oh, my gosh.
Mm-hmm.
I just remember being so scared. But it's just one of those things you just have to do.
Mm-hmm.
It's like starting a new job when you're an adult. It's a scary thing, but you just go for it.
Well, yeah. You can't not.
We have to change our mentality. Failure has to be a good thing. Like, you have to look at failure as a good thing.
You know what? I need to write that down because he's a Cowboys fan, so he knows failure so well.
Exactly.
I'm just going to remind him of the Cowboys.
Mm-hmm.
Gosh, you're saying wisdom.
Exactly.
Okay.
Failure is a good thing.
A good thing.
Tell me when you're done.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
I'm not moving on until you write that down.
I did.
Okay, good. You bet, J. Marie. That's why we're here. Yep, shaving in the 7th grade. I shaved in the 4th grade. Yeah, I did.
I shaved in high school because I was told that if you shave, it'll grow back thicker.
Yeah, see, I got made fun of because, I had a hairy face in the 4th grade.
No, see, I was opposite.
I went through puberty in the 4th grade.
You know what's funny is you got made fun of for having facial hair, and then here I am in high school getting made fun of because I didn't really have facial hair. They called me pretty boy.
You'll
and I'm
never
like,
win.
Okay. And nowadays I'm like, I would have accepted that as a compliment. Thank you. But back then it was like, they call me pretty boy.
Yeah. There's no winning in middle school.
There's none.
Even in high school, there's no winning.
No.
No.
Yeah.
We have about 30 seconds. Go ahead, caller.
Hey, man, this is Chad Brad Bryan.
Oh, hey, Chad.
Of course, he's got
Welcome
his radio
to the show, bro.
Breaking the rules.
Breaking the radio rules.
What's going on, man?
Just, you know.
Yeah, well, I just wanted to let you know that you guys are really bumming me out.
Yeah.
Because I am always winning.
Of course.
And I am always victorious. I don't know what this kind of issue about 7th grade. My 7th grade was amazing.
Of course it was. I bet you and Tom Brady, I bet you guys were best friends, huh? Chad and Tom.
Height? Tom Brady. I just call him Tom.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah. Gosh. Hate that guy. But you know what, guys? We all need that Chad Brad Bryan to remind us that we're good enough and we're smart enough.
We all need those Tom Bradys in our life.
Yeah.
Without Tom Brady.
Did we just make Tom Brady the villain of middle school?
There's always a Tom Brady.
There's always going to be a Tom
school.
Brady, which is why we're watching the Super Bowl, because the Jared Goffs of the world, who is actually probably the Chad Brad Bryan, totally needs to defeat him.
There you
We're
go.
watching the jocks beat the jocks. Wait, no, they're all jocks.
Yeah.
Dang it!
All right, we got to take a break. When we come back, why don't you share that story about Mark Zuckerberg?
Oh, man.
Killing and eating his food.
He had an interesting New Year's resolution. So
I like this. All right.
Yeah.
Live from the Dreamstyle Remodeling Star 88 Studios. We'll be right back.
Elevate Trampoline Park is our new power partner. Elevate Trampoline Park has wall-to-wall trampolines. What does that mean? They have basketball hoops, jousting and ninja courses, dodgeball courts with a toddler area, rock climbing, and a foam pit. Party packages, toddler time, blackout teen nights, and theme nights are available. Located at the Country Club Center, 3301 Southern Boulevard, Southeast, Rio Rancho, or ElevateRioRancho.com. Star 88 thanks Elevate Trampoline Park for their support. Amy Grant in concert. February 23rd at Inn of the Mountain God. Details online at inofthemountaingods.com. Star 88 thanks Inn of the Mountain Gods for their support.
This is a fresh thought. Listen up to Levi Lusko.
So you remember you've been forgiven, and don't forget, he who's been forgiven loves much. So the ways you were taking your pound of flesh out on people, you remember Jesus Christ, what he did for you when you didn't deserve it. Now all of a sudden you start dropping those rocks that you were going to chuck at some people, and you start having that posture of, you forgave me much, so I can love much. I can do what Jesus did, who died using his last breath to pray for the forgiveness of those who put him there. So forgiveness sets in. That's our perspective. Our perspective is one of forgiveness. Jeremiah, he said the same thing. He said, your mercies are new every morning. What's mercy? Mercy is not getting what you deserve. Not getting what you deserve. So many of us, I want what's mine. I want what's coming to me. I want justice. I don't want justice.
For more fresh thoughts, go to LeviLusko.com. KLYT, Albuquerque, Santa Fe is Star 88.
That's our story, and we're sticking to it.
I push, I pull, go back and forth, finding myself pounding on a locked door. I try to make it out alone without your help, but I know I'll never win this war. I can never be free without you. I can never be me without you. This is the sound of chains breaking. This is the beat of a heart changing. This is a song of a soul forgiven. This is my freedom hymn. This is my freedom hymn. My freedom hymn. This is my freedom hymn. My freedom hymn. I breathe the air of freedom in, knowing my life is better off in your hands. The past is gone, what's done is done. Now I'm alive, and I'm never gonna look back. I can never be free without you. I can never be me without you. This is the sound of chains breaking. This is the beat of a heart changing. This is a song of a soul forgiven. This is my freedom hymn. This is my freedom hymn. My freedom hymn. This is my freedom hymn. My freedom hymn. Who the sun sets free is free. Yeah. Who the sun sets free is free. Yeah. Who the sun sets is free. I'm free. Oh, this is the sound of chains breaking. This is the beat of a heart changing. This is a song of a soul forgiven. Oh, this is the sound of chains breaking. This is the beat of a heart changing. This is a song of a soul forgiven. This is my freedom hymn. This is my freedom hymn. My freedom hymn. My freedom hymn. This is my freedom hymn. My freedom hymn.
Austin French, Freedom Ham on Star 88. I'm just going to call it that from now on. Or seriously. That's exactly what it says.
Only
It says
if
Freedom
you
Ham.
call the artist Austin French Dip.
Okay. All
The Morning Invasion.
I told you to keep the best material after the sweeper. That won't even make the podcast.
That's for our live people right there.
Yeah, see?
You're never going to hear that again.
Oof. Yeah. you want exclusive content of
Yeah.
the show, you have to
Stream
listen
us
to
live.
it on FM radio.
That's right.
Old school.
Listen live to hear all the funnies in between the sweepers.
Isn't that funny how it's super hipster to listen to FM radio now?
Well, yeah, which is good for us because everybody wants to be a hipster.
When's the last time you actually listened to an FM station? I can't even remember the last time I listened to an FM station.
This weekend in California because I wanted to hear their morning
K-Rock?
show and their what everything
Kevin and
was
Bean?
like. Yeah.
Love Kevin and Bean.
Yeah.
Love those guys. Yeah. Just waiting for him to die so I can slip in.
Wait. What if only one of them dies? You gonna go without me?
Yeah, bro.
Oh, I
In a
hate
heartbeat.
You. Gosh, you're the worst spouse.
I actually have someone on the inside that's been there just waiting.
Yeah.
Waiting for Kevin or Bean to die so I can slip on in.
You realize as a morning show host, you just asked our audience, when was the last time you listened to FM radio? They're currently listening to FM radio.
Nope. People stream us on the app. They go to YouTube.
Yeah.
They don't listen in their car. If they do, they're listening on their app through the radio. That's how people do it now. Good morning. All right, let's jump into Dex's hunting minutes. Steve-O?
Yeah. So this last weekend, I was in Venice Beach with my bride. Just chilling, bro. We like kicked it on the pier, and we're like, you know what? When we retire, I think we're moving here.
Why are you talking like that?
Because you've got to be a gajillionaire Chad Brad Bryan to live there.
Okay.
A gajillionaire. And so, much like this Starmy member who said they're waiting for Madison on XM to die so Steve-O can take over for her because she's awful. When she sings, I want to die inside. I got to get a good gig, right? And then you start like realizing that you're not ever going to be a gajillionaire CEO type. And then you hear stories like this and you're like, I don't think I ever want to be a CEO gajillionaire.
Oh, I do, so hit me.
Twitter CEO Jack Dorsey. He had an interview in Rolling Stone magazine that was published Wednesday, and he talked about his most memorable hang sessions with Zuckerberg.
Okay.
Because that's what you do when you're a billionaire CEO. You gravitate to the other billionaire CEO because they understand life, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But here's what no one understands. Mark Zuckerberg, he just wants to be down to earth, you know what I mean?
Okay.
He's a man of the people, and he wants to remember what it was like to be a man of the people.
Okay.
I guess there was a time where he told his private Facebook friends, he has 847 of them, by the way, on his personal Facebook page, in an effort to be more grateful for what he had as this gajillionaire CEO. He explained that he was forcing himself to get personally involved and thank the animals whose lives he takes in order to eat them.
Love everything you're saying.
And so the best way to remind himself to be thankful for food was to murder it every day.
Don't you ever say that. It's not murder. Okay? That is not murder.
So he said, so every day when I can't eat meat, I'm reminded of why not and how lucky I am. So that when I do get the chance to eat meat, it's especially good.
I love that.
So he said the challenge also had the benefit of making him generally healthier, and it helped Zuckerberg learn a lot about sustainable living.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Good for him, man.
Yeah, so he took on this challenge, and during that time, he had Twitter CEO Jack Dorsey over for dinner.
Okay.
And so he was like, hey, man, I just want you to know I've been, living this new life, and I'm taking part in this challenge this year to be appreciative of everything I had. So don't mind me. And then he stun gunned a goat and slit its throat.
Wait, are you being serious? Like he did
He
that?
had goats in his yard.
Okay.
And he stunned it and slit its throat.
I didn't know it would get so dark.
Yeah, it got dark fast.
What? I was seriously so into this story until you just told me
Yes.
he has goats in a yard.
Gajillionaire CEO. Apparently, he had a bunch of goats.
What?
Because goats are cool.
You know I love goats.
He loves goat meat. I can't say I've ever had goat meat.
You haven't had goat meat?
But he forced himself for this year to get like personally invested in the animals he was eating. So he was raising these goats, and then when it was time... Yeah. So, yeah.
Is that real?
This is real.
Okay, first I thought he was actually going out hunting for his food. But
just on his land, he's raising them, and he's like, George, you were my favorite goat. I thank you for the life you lived to sustain me with your body. Goodbye, George. And then he would stun gun it, slit its throat. I'm not being funny.
Why would he stun gun it? Why wouldn't he just shoot it in the head?
What? Because they said that it was the most... here, I'm going back to the story.
Humane way to...
Yes. He cut the throat of the goat with the knife, which is the most kind way to do it. That from the butcher, because I guess Silicon Valley chef Jesse Cool, who lives 8 doors down from Zuckerberg, helped guide him from this backyard to table endeavor. So he taught him how to raise these animals, how to stun said animals, and how to kill said animals. And then from there, Zuckerberg would send it to the butcher to have the butcher take care of the rest. So he didn't do all of it. He just ended the life of the animal.
I don't know how I feel about this.
Here's my question,
I'm having a hard time with this
Here's my question. You are Twitter CEO Jack Dorsey, and we've talked about this before, right? Like missionaries in other countries, they go to India, and they're presented with a meal, and it's like, I don't want to be disrespectful.
You have to eat it.
I don't want to be rude. I have to eat it. So now you're at Zuckerberg's, and you're sitting down for dinner, and he's like, hey, hold on real quick. I want you to meet George. George is who we will be eating tonight.
Oh, my gosh.
So, would you do it? I mean, you're at Zuckerberg's. You want to get invited back to Zuckerberg's, right?
I mean, yeah, of course I would, but I would want to hear I would want to hear him explain to me why he does. I mean, I get it. I guess I understand why he does it, but that's weird to me.
He said I did kind of freak him out. So he did kill it ahead of time before Jack actually got there. So they asked him, because he was like, I was confused. He killed it with like a laser gun and then a knife, and it was like a laser gun?
A laser gun?
He said, no, quote, a stun gun. They stun it, and then he knifed it, and then they sent it to the butcher. Evidently in Palo Alto, where he lives, there's a rule or regulation that you can have 6 livestock on any lot of land. So he had 6 goats at all times on his land. So when he would kill one, he would send it off to the butcher. He'd get another goat.
Yeah.
So, quote, we're eating the goat you killed? Zuckerberg, yeah. Me, have you eaten goat before? And he's like, yeah, I love it. And then I was like, what else are we having? Zuckerberg said salad. So I said, where is the goat? To which Zuckerberg said, it's in the oven.
Oh.
So they waited for about 30 minutes, and he's like, I think it's done now. And they went into the dining room, and he put the goat down in front of him.
Time's up!
And it was cold. And he said, it was very memorable. I don't know if it ever went back in the oven. I only ate my salad.
We might have to pick this conversation back up later on in the show when we can call my dad to ask him what he thinks about this. Because I don't know. I don't know how I feel about this. Because I had so much respect before I heard the whole story for Zuckerberg. Because I thought, okay, here's a guy. He's going to go out and he's going to hunt and he's going to kill his own food. And I love everything about that.
Yeah.
But then I find out, no, he has goats in his backyard that he'll go out and tase and cut their throats and then eat them. What?
Yeah.
I don't know. How do you feel about it? Do you feel
like I want to try and understand, like when you're a gajillionaire like that, you probably don't have a whole lot of friends. So you're probably it's probably hard to connect with people. I don't know that that's the best way to connect, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, hey, bro, I want to invite you over to dinner. I'd also like you to meet this goat we're about to eat.
Well,
here's what I'm going through. I'm going to kill it. Like, he was appreciative of the animal, and he wanted to take part in the process. And that's cool, because we had Tam in. They go elk hunting, and they do all this themselves.
I think I've worked through this.
Is there a difference?
I've worked through this.
Okay.
It's absolutely okay what he's doing. Because what's the difference of Zuckerberg doing it and a butcher?
Yeah.
With cows, with any sort of livestock that we eat beef all the time. Most Americans eat beef. That's what we eat.
Yeah.
Most of us do. And how do they kill a cow? They have them out in a yard or a field.
Yeah.
And they go and they kill the cow and they butcher it up.
505-585-LIVE to text into the show. Somebody says, I don't have a problem with this at all, actually. People raise livestock to eat all the time.
Yeah.
And if you're not doing it, someone's doing it for you.
Exactly.
Somebody else said, this dude is a sociopath.
I mean, it's weird that he wants to do it. That's a little weird to me. I don't think it'd be weird.
He doesn't butcher it, though. Like, he sends it off to a butcher.
But is it weird that he goes out there and zaps it and cuts the throat? That's weird.
No, that's why he did it, though, to be appreciative of the life.
Okay, well.
Would you eat the goat?
Yeah, I'd eat the goat. For sure I would.
You would?
Yeah.
Okay.
But honestly, now hearing this story, I don't know if I ever got invited to Zuckerberg's house, I probably would never go. Because I'd probably end up on his dinner plate. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay.
Good morning.
Good morning, guys.
Hey, man.
Hey, this is Mario. I was just wondering about the guy who's tasing his goats.
Yes.
I was just thinking, wouldn't that kind of like tough, like when he goes to butcher them?
Got me. Oh, yeah, because it's like they tense up and then you... That's a really good question.
The whole tasing of the goat is weird to me.
I don't know. According to this celebrity chef that lives down the street from him, that's how they do it.
Why don't they just get one of those pen guns where you put it up to their brain?
Oh, my gosh.
No, that's what they do with cows.
Yeah, got it.
Or just shoot it in the head.
Oh, my gosh.
Why not? Tasing it and then
so
slitting its throat? No, it's not.
This is a horrible conversation.
No, shooting an animal in the head is not a bad thing. That's how you do it.
Is it weird that we went from Tom Brady, the GOAT of football, to like an actual goat? A few people have chimed in about that.
That's pretty weird.
Yeah.
Thanks, Mario.
All right, guys. I want to wish you guys a blessed morning and just keep doing what you guys are doing.
Thanks,
and have a good day.
And also with you.
Yeah, Mark Zuckerberg he's a weirdo, that's for sure.
Is it though? Like, we had chickens. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't go kill them. It was for the eggs, but like, we're stealing their babies for breakfast.
See, that's the thing. There's not. They're stealing their babies.
I know how eggs work, guys.
Well, I just learned how eggs worked like 4 years ago, so I was really late to the game.
Yeah.
It's like,
to be
wait,
fair,
what?
Who knows about that? I didn't know when we got the
like most
eggs.
of those eggs can't ever like turn into a chicken.
No,
wait, what?
No.
It's like most of my life, I've been so worried that I was going to crack open an egg and there'd be like a baby chicken inside.
My.
I know.
That's not a thing.
I know.
That's not a thing, man.
It's not a thing. It absolutely. I don't think it's wrong what Zuckerberg's doing. I just think it's super weird and creepy.
Yeah.
But all right. I mean, good for him. I don't know. If we have time, maybe we can track down my dad and we can ask him because I feel like we need a professional to lead us through this. All right, we got to take a break. What time is Holly coming?
Holly will be here in about 12 minutes.
Beautiful. Holly Slade joining us from Feed NM Kids. You guys can chime in. We're live on YouTube. What do you think? What is Britt saying there?
Her family every year they kill a pig.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. Yeah. Just weird that he's got goats that he's raising in the backyard for slaughter.
Vanya says nowadays we're so detached from how we live, I think it's a good thing. My 5-year-old just learned bacon was pig meat. Now he says, can I have pig with my eggs?
Right?
See? Yeah.
All right. Star 88 FM on YouTube. We're live right now. You can watch the show. All right, we'll be right back. Hang out with us.
Student Students, do you like music? Want to let your comedic side out? Maybe you and a few friends get together for a jam session. You can bring your talent to the stage. Our power partner, JNO Academy of Music, is sponsoring Albuquerque God's Talent Show. Auditions will be held at Hope Christian School at 6:30 p.m. Friday, March 1st. Top 10 auditions will be in the live show at Hoffmantown Church on March 8th. The fee is $20 per act. For information, 505-238-2966. Star 88 welcomes Turf Creation Construction as a power partner. Turf Creation Construction has been landscaping yards, installing artificial turf, and creating block and decorative walls and ramadas for homes and businesses since 1980. They also create outdoor living elements like fire pits, waterfalls, and fireplaces. Turf Creation Construction at 505-550-5609. Online at turfcreations.net. Thank you, Turf Creative Construction, for becoming a power partner.
Someone once said, bitterness blows out the candle of joy and leaves the soul in darkness. Skip Heitzig tells you how to deal with this toxin.
Listen, of all the human emotions that are out there, this is one that you ought to fear the most. Because bitterness is emotional cancer.
Hotspot. Don't let others' words and deeds become a seed that grows into bitterness.
Bitterness is simply internalized anger that you let fester over time. You hold on to it long enough, and the anger will change. It will morph into something else, and that is resentment and then bitterness.
Access Skip's entire teaching library at connectwithskip.com.
God wants to move, but our bitter hearts block him from doing that. See, when your heart is bitter, God will not be real to you. Hatefulness and holiness cannot dwell in the same heart.
Add the Connect with Skip Heitzig Alexa skill to your Amazon device.
So when you sink your life into the rich soil of God's love, that's where you want to be plugged into.
Hotspot.
We're all related, brothers and strangers. The king and the beggar bleed the same. We've all got a sickness, a terminal condition. We medicate it, but the pain won't go away. See the eyes of a million faces, looking forward in a million places. Only one can save us, Jesus. You are the cure. Everybody's searching for it. Everybody's reaching out, trying to grab a hold of something real. You are the cure. Only you can satisfy us, fill up the void inside us. Never been a heart you couldn't heal. You are the You are the doctor, healer and father, to the orphan without a home. Oh, we fell in the darkness, lost till you found us. You're the remedy we're looking for. You are the cure. Everybody's searching for it. Everybody's reaching out, trying to grab a hold of something real. You are the cure. Only you can satisfy us, fill up the void inside us. Never been a heart you couldn't heal. You are the cure.
Unspoken, The Cure, it's on Star 88, 724.
High today of 45 degrees.
The Morning Invasion with Dex and Steve-O on Star 88.
Our friend who knows FM radio.
She does.
Who knows about our app. Who knows about our Facebook, but not our YouTube. Her name is Holly Slade. Good morning, Holly.
But now she knows.
She knows now.
And knowing is half the battle.
That's true. Good morning.
Good morning. I now know.
You do.
I now know.
And that's also why we have you in here regularly, because there are a lot of people who don't know New Mexico is ranked dead last for childhood hunger.
No, dead first.
No. Oh, yeah, dead first. Sorry.
Dead
last
first.
in caring for children who are hungry.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Yeah. Dead first. Guys, we're dead first.
We are dead first.
In being the worst at caring for children who are hungry.
It's true. We're number one in childhood hunger in New Mexico. We still are.
Yeah.
And we are at the bottom of the pack in basically child welfare in terms of how great is it to raise a child in New Mexico.
Yeah, we talked about that at the beginning of the year. We ranked dead last in like best and worst to raise a family. New Mexico.
Yeah, it's kind of bittersweet when you come in. Because
I get it.
I think you're great, and you're a wonderful, wonderful
but
woman.
Man,
but
does
every
this
time we
suck.
start talking about it, my gut just starts hurting because I can't believe that
true.
we have this issue, this problem. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just so unacceptable.
But it's real
that there's thousands of kids here in our state that go hungry every day.
Yeah,
that's just it's mind blowing.
Yeah.
So I'm going to give you good and bad today because, you know, beginning of the new year.
Give me the bad. Let's get it out of the way.
Let me give you some good. Let me cheer you up for a moment
I know.
here.
You're already like,
lift us up and then tear us down. Like,
all right. So we're number one in childhood hunger, right? So March of 17, we launched Feed New Mexico Kids to do something about this.
Yes.
Get the snack packs, non-perishable, single-serve food items to kids. We pack them in a Ziploc bag so kids can stick them in their backpack and take them home. So March of 2017, we started from nothing, right?
Yeah.
Nothing, not one cereal bar, nothing.
Yeah.
Guess what? As of the end of 2018, so it's more than 1 year total, but we're so new that I have to give you year to date. Guess how much food we have given to kids.
Oh man,
just guess.
Dex, don't overshoot. He always overshoots guessing games.
I'm doing the calculations right now.
How many pounds of food?
How many pounds? You've heard me come in here before and tell you how many
millions
pounds.
Of pounds? Or could
Millions of
Think
pounds?
tons.
Yeah.
How many
Like,
tons?
How many tons?
Billions of tons.
Gosh, you're
Don't
so
go
don't-
millions.
Gosh, you're
Good
so
night.
off.
Do not go
I'm telling
millions.
you, he's the worst at this.
All right, I got it.
Okay.
3 tons.
Okay.
I was going to say 5.
38 tons.
Are you serious? Okay,
Yes.
that's huge.
Okay.
Wow.
Wow. There's 2,000 pounds of food in a ton. So
That's crazy.
38 tons
No way.
of food year to date. Yeah. Do you know? I mean, just go get 38 one ton pickups.
Yeah, I was
Back
gonna
them
say.
up, side to side.
Yeah.
There's the amount of food that this community has donated. I'm not going around buying it.
Yeah.
We've been a zero budget ministry
Right.
this whole time. I mean, this is the community coming together going, what?
Yeah.
I didn't know, and I
Yeah.
want to do something about it.
And it's
Right.
just growing every year.
Yeah. I mean, we did that Thanksgiving push because then at Thanksgiving, okay, so that 38 tons does not include the 2,000 pre-cooked
Wow.
Thanksgiving meals for 4 people each. Okay, so that 4 times 2, 8.
Yeah.
So we fed 8,000 individuals at Thanksgiving.
You have to do basic math with
A
them.
pre-cooked meal. Yeah, I just wanted to help. You guys were not like registering when I said feeds 4 people. You're like,
Dude.
I was like, okay. So anyway, it doesn't include that food.
Yeah.
And I mean, the stories, you guys. So, the situations are heartbreaking. I mean, some of them are maddening, don't get me wrong.
Oh,
we
yeah.
have those situations where we just want to take some adult figures and, straighten them up, shake them hard.
They send them off to Zuckerberg's.
But then, but then some of them are just heartbreaking. These are really good people in hard situations. So we handed these Thanksgiving meals to this little old grandpa, and he and his wife are raising 6 children and 3 great grandchildren. Okay, little retired couple, lived here forever. we give him these meals, obviously more than one bag. You know? He couldn't even speak. He stood in the parking lot of the school and just wept. He couldn't even speak. This other mom told us, "You have no idea. You have no idea.
Right.
We were going to eat nothing."
Ugh.
So, I mean, from the Thanksgiving meals to the snack packs, I mean, it's been amazing. But, all right, ready for your gut to hurt?
Ugh.
Ready?
No.
We're running out of food.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we have a little bit of budget, you know, because we've had some financial donors who are out of state. So we actually have a place for people to donate now.
Yeah,
you know how
that's awesome. No way.
Yes.
That's a big deal.
The website's great too.
So feednmkids.com. People can go and donate money now if they want to. But, you know, you can also go to Amazon and you can order like a 4-pack of ravioli and have it shipped. And if anybody wants to do that, they can ship it here at 4001 Osuna Road, Northeast, 87109. Just put Feed New Mexico Kids on the packet.
I don't know why we haven't been talking about that. That's the easiest way to do it. You don't even have to go to a grocery store.
Well, and I guess if you're on Amazon Prime too, you can set up like a recurring shipment where you don't even have to think about it. So if you're going to recur ship,
that's how you do it.
Don't do ramen and cup of soup. The things that I know that I always need are Chef Boyardee ravioli with beef. We're looking for protein. Okay, so or beef jerky, flavored tuna pouches. And we almost always run out of pudding cups. I try and put one pudding cup inside of each packet because it's not just the sugar of like Jell-O,
right?
You know, and it's comfort. You know, you need a little bit of comfort.
Every kid loves a
trail
snack
mix,
pack.
yeah, anything with protein. So trail mix, like I said, the beef ravioli, beef jerky, tuna packs. If you want to participate and you're just like, you know what, I never remember when I'm at the grocery store. But you're an Amazon Prime member or whatever.
Such a great idea.
Yeah.
So then 6 degrees of separation and all that. Anybody know Jeff Bezos? I need to get in touch with him.
I know.
Somebody does.
I don't.
Somebody does in the Starmy, I'm sure.
I need to get in touch with his organization because I kind of want to set up like a Feed New Mexico kid thing on Amazon.
Yeah.
So just throwing it out there. Anybody know Jeff? I need to talk to him.
That's a good idea, actually.
I'm sure.
Call Zuckerberg. See if
right? We'll call Zuck. It'll be cool.
I want some goat jerky.
Oh,
that is, and that's getting to become more popular. More and more people are doing all their shopping online.
Yeah.
Or they'll show up at Walmart or Smith's and they'll just wait in their car and they'll come out and deliver it right to, your car. It's just crazy how it's changed.
Dude, Alicia said there's ready-made tuna and chicken salad that she gets from the dollar store that's so filling and so much protein that
exactly
$1. You know what I mean? Like,
and there are these kits that come, the tuna with the crackers and the mayonnaise and the relish in them. I mean, anything that's protein oriented, that's single serve and non-perishable.
Right.
If that's what you're passionate about, send it to us. Turkey jerky. I'm a turkey jerky person versus a goat jerky person.
I don't know. Goat is good.
I had turkey jerky for the first time this last weekend because we did little snack packs because we went to Universal Studios and it's like you can bring in certain. I really did prepare like a little kit so that we wouldn't spend stupid amounts of money.
You got turkey jerky?
Well, it was part of this little pack that had like, and I didn't know they even had these, but it was like protein packs, and so it was like sunflower seeds and turkey jerky and trail mix or cashews and and it was like man, and I just started thinking about the fact that these are the types of things that we need to be getting for Feed New Mexico Kids because it's got it all. And these little 99-cent packs.
Yeah, those are great.
Yeah, and there's listen, like it's all about, everybody has those excuses. It just seems like you really don't have an excuse anymore. Like you can seriously grab your smartphone, go to Amazon, order the food, have it shipped to Calvary. You don't even have to have it shipped to your house. You can have it shipped to one of the locations.
Ship it here.
That's crazy.
Yeah. And so, that's where my mind is going lately is I have to make this easier for people. Also because we get these, inconsistencies in the food, if we do a big push, then we get a whole bunch of food in. But, the inconsistencies, the highs are a blessing. The lows are really tough.
Yeah,
we have enough food for snack packs this week, but not next week. And so, if anybody's out there thinking, I'll get around to that. I'm like, get around to it.
Right.
Like really,
now.
really get around to it. Please.
How does it work as far as, so you guys get the food? How do those families, how did they find out about you guys?
So we partner with APS.
Okay.
And we partner with different school districts depending on what's going on. So my philosophy on this really is that the teachers are the best teachers, counselors, principals, school nurses. And there are family liaisons at some schools.
Right.
So these are the people who identify the kids in their classroom or in their school where, for instance, if they live on the reservation or they're living in a motel situation, if their school provides breakfast, often they're late for breakfast because the buses arrive like right before.
Right.
So they don't get breakfast. They don't get it at home and they don't get it when they arrive. And so at some of the schools, there are snack packs that are held in the nurse's office. Others are given out to children for the weekend, but they'll hold back like 5 of them in the nurse's office.
Yeah.
Because when those kids come in, they have to have something to give to them.
Man.
And so we leave it up to each school as how to best manage it. So,
well, I like that though, because we partner with Compassion International, and so we focus on this area of Thailand, and we're partnering with the churches because the churches are actually in the villages and actually see the families with the needs, and each school will know which students need it because they are the ones that are on the front lines, if you will. And so I love the way that you guys do Feed New Mexico Kids because it's not just like a state structured, here we go, and these kids get this, and then there's some kids that don't actually need it, and they're throwing them away or whatever. Like these are children that are starving, that need food, that the schools, individual schools, not a school system, but the individual schools know who best to give it to.
Right.
So.
And we're not even coming close to covering the need. I mean, when I say, we're short on food, that's to cover the little bit of need that we're covering right now.
Yeah.
I mean, we need a mammoth amount of food.
Yeah, that's why you can't just okay, I'm going to do this one time thing. I mean, that's great, but
it is.
They need to eat every day.
Yeah.
So I love the whole Amazon thing because you could set it up on
set it up on
auto-pay.
recurring. Yeah. If you can't remember and that's just, too much, just please put us on an auto ship. Send it here, and we'll take care of it. I'm looking for some food safe warehouse space where we can grow our shop a little bit and really encourage some of the mammoth givings. Like when Calvary does VBS here, we get 2,000 pounds of food.
Wow.
From their 1 week VBS. So I want to go around other churches and ask them, hey. So I get that you probably have, a whole lot of, benevolent stuff that you're doing, but once a year, would you do a food drive for us?
Yeah.
And if I could even just get 12 new churches doing a food drive once a month, and if, by God's grace, I could get them lined up on a different month each, then that, brings in some of this extra that we need. We have businesses that have participated. I mean, people have done amazing things. We had a savings and loan that did a food drive for a month. We had a hair salon that did a food drive for a month. We had an individual toward the end of the year last year, unbeknownst to us, did a food drive at his workplace, brought in 1,000 pounds of food.
Wow. That's cool.
I just get a phone call from the front desk one day going, Holly, you got more food here than we can keep in the lobby. Can you do something about it? And I mean, that is phenomenal.
Yeah.
And so we'll work with any business.
Yeah.
If they want to do a food drive. And, we love those influxes when they're high. What we don't like about the inconsistencies is when we go down really low.
Right.
And so this is a hard time of year. Everybody came out of the holidays, New Year's resolutions, everybody's out exercising, they're doing their thing. They're just trying to, reorient. And so I would love for this to be part of the reorientation for 2019. Like, okay, I didn't do so well last year remembering this at the grocery store. I remembered sometimes, but I didn't do so well. So I'm just going to go on Amazon and I'm going to, set it up.
Maybe it's a perfect time because people are trying to be healthier and we need those protein heavy, like healthier items.
Right.
And so maybe you just double up on whatever it is that you're already getting yourself. Seriously, those tuna pouches, because so many people are like, oh yeah, I know those now, because they're trying to eat healthier. It's like, yes, double up on those that you purchase and, give half to Feed New Mexico Kids.
Yeah. So we need like ambassadors kind of,
we really
businesses. And then if you're at a church, go to the elders, go to your leaders at your church and tell them about Feed NM Kids. And then you guys can contact us. You guys can always text us or call in and we'll get you in touch with Holly. But feedinhemkids.org, right? That's the
.com.
website.
Yeah.
.com? Okay.
Well, .org will lead you there. We've got them both pointing to the same place.
I posted it on YouTube. I posted it on Facebook. So make sure, feedinmkids.com.
And you can contact right through there, right?
Yeah. And so we would just love to hear it because we have done so much good. 38 tons of food since we started. But there's so much more to do. So much more.
And I feel like this is going to be big with Amazon this year. If we can pump that hard, man, that's just going to be even bigger.
Yeah.
What's going on Monday? What are you doing? What's happening?
Oh, hey, so
let's talk about this. This is good news. Let's end on good news.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what? This is such a community project, though, that it feels a little awkward. So the Albuquerque Journal evidently awards these Spirit of New Mexico awards to different individuals who they felt have, represented New Mexico well.
Yeah.
And so the award is really going to Feed New Mexico Kids. You know, it just so happens that I'm, the
face, the ambassador.
The ambassador of Feed New Mexico
You're being
Kids.
humble.
But, I got a team of volunteers.
Yeah.
And, we've got Legacy Church that does amazing things.
Yeah.
So I'll tell you this about Legacy. So, Calvary is one of the big drop spots, and Legacy is one of the big drop spots. So 38 tons year to date. So 2018 was 24 tons. 10 tons came from Legacy.
Wow.
Yeah. So, when your church starts to partner, look at how it grows exponentially. I don't want you to think, that's a Calvary thing.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
This is a community thing. And
This
without
is
the businesses
incredible.
and other churches, we just wouldn't be doing it.
You see how she's deflecting
So-
and not wanting to talk about her?
Okay. So it's an award. So it's an award, the Spirit of New Mexico Award. And so they have a banquet, a luncheon, and the governor presents the awards and shake hands, and I have to speak for 2 minutes.
I have to speak for 2 minutes.
Oh, dude.
I gotta say something for like a speech. Say something for 2 minutes.
I
2
know.
minutes. That's hard.
You got the ear of Alex Bregman, the World Series MVP. Like you.
What are you going to say?
That's a
Give
good
us
dude to
give
have
us
in
your
the room
speech.
because
What's your
he's a
2-minute
really
speech?
caring guy and loves New Mexico.
All right.
So,
what is
I haven't written it. I have to write it. I have a full-time job.
Friday, girl.
I have to write it on Saturday. I have
written
a
it.
full-time job. I sell real estate during the week. You may or may not know that, Steve-O.
I do.
You know?
do. This is
And,
true.
I focus on my clients really hard and really well, and I got people that help me and support me, and boots on the ground people that are in the office when I'm out. But so I'm writing it Saturday. So
2 minutes.
Why don't you buy a ticket and come, and then you can hear what I'm saying. Then you can chat with Alex.
And then we can chat with Alex and go, bro, get in our sauna.
We'll kidnap him.
Get in our
Okay,
sauna.
I don't think
Why
we
don't you just bring your
shouldn't
sauna?
kidnap him. Yeah.
We'll
get
set up
we'll
the
get the
sauna.
governor in there. I've got some questions for her.
Exactly.
Yeah. So
That would be a little awkward.
Yes. I feel like her Secret Service people would not be keen on us taking the governor.
Well, this is huge because we need the city to jump behind. We need to get on board.
You know
and
what? The
support
mayor
this.
has been so supportive.
Good.
I mean, this is crazy, you guys. You cannot believe the favor.
Yeah.
The assistant superintendent of APS is on board, loves the program. We have APS officials that love the program and love what we're doing. We have the Albuquerque Police Department. We're getting ready to put food collection spots in the substations of each of the APD substations
That's
to make it easy
incredible.
for people. The mayor loves the program. I mean, the favor that has been poured out on the program is just amazing.
Yep.
So, I feel like through all the networking, we'll be able to find some space so that we can grow more. I mean, ideally, I want to be able to, I have to be in a safe spot, because volunteers go there and that kind of thing. But imagine the day when I've got a semi truck pulling up to a building to drop off a food shipment for Feed New Mexico Kids. I mean, can you see it? I can see it.
Absolutely.
I can see it
Well,
in my
all
head.
those other organizations started just like you guys started.
Yeah.
I mean, they started with just a dream, a vision, a thought.
Yeah.
And they did something.
When they finally make the Feed New Mexico Kids movie someday, kind of like how The Blind Side or all these other movies where it's like, it starts with this one lady who did this great thing. Who do you want to play you
Julia
in your
Roberts.
movie?
Who do I want to play?
Yeah,
okay,
who's
so
playing Holly
when,
Slade in the Feed New Mexico Kids movie?
Okay, so you want to hear this? This is kind of funny.
Yeah.
So you know who people used to say I looked like?
I'm-
ironically, when I was younger,
I
they
know
would
who
say,
you look like, too,
okay.
and I can't think of the name.
Well, see,
Ah.
okay.
So people used to say Sally Field.
Yes, totally.
Yeah, and so sometimes it's the face, it's the eyes, it's the cocking of the head, it's whatever. So, yeah,
But we
I
need
think she
somebody
might
younger.
be.
Yeah, you're like 30
She
years
might-
old. Sally's like 70.
Okay.
Yeah,
She
I'm
can't
like
play you.
54, and she's
You're-
maybe
you're
60.
54?
I'm 54.
Give me a break. That is a lie.
What?
She's in her
50.
30s. I know it.
She lives well.
No, I'm 54.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway,
You want me to
yeah.
dump
So I
that? I
don't
could
have the
dump that.
energy of a 30-year-old. So if I can do this at 54,
Mhm.
you know, you can order food on Amazon. That's all
That's
I'm
true.
saying.
Yeah.
Julia Roberts, I think.
Ooh, aren't you kind?
What? I'm serious. She's got that Julia
Mhm.
Roberts
Well,
look.
it's got to be a good movie. Sandra
Somebody
Bullock
call
played
Julia.
the Blindside
Sandra
lady.
Bullock, that'd be good.
No, Sandra Bullock already did the Blindside lady.
She can
though.
do another
That's what
one.
I'm saying. It can't be Sandra Bullock.
She's big
did
right
you
now
see
with
Bird
Bird
Box?
Box.
Wow.
She's big right now. It's trendy.
She's big. Well, it would be trendy. She does good things.
Yeah.
You
She
know?
does really
well,
good
think
things.
about all the romantic comedies Meg Ryan did, right? So Sandra Bullock could be kind of the face of, you know, Christian compassion movies.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
You know,
perfect.
Hollywood needs more Christian, and Netflix is right here, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
let's bring
Hollywood,
her
Holly
on in.
Slade, am I right? See what I did there? I'm going to go.
You're good. You're
I didn't
good.
even hear what he said. I just kind of gave him a little
Something
charity.
about Hollywood and Holly
Somebody
Slade,
said
I
Kate
don't know.
Blanchett would be good. Michelle Pfeiffer. I love Michelle Pfeiffer.
Yeah.
Anyways, okay.
Somebody my age-ish. I mean, let's not pretend that.
No, it's got to be somebody
Why,
somebody
yeah.
young because it's going to be Hollywood. They want to Hollywoodize it. You know
All
what I
right,
mean?
all right.
Yeah, I
Mhm.
like
you
that.
you guys figure it out. Get that done. Me, I'm focusing on Jeff Bezos. Anybody
there
know
we go.
him? I need to talk with him about Amazon.
That's right.
I need a platform for
There you
Feed New Mexico kids.
Yeah, so that's if you don't know what's going on right now, Holly Slade is here from Feed NM Kids. And you can go to feednmkids.com.org
That's right.
and you can donate now, you can get information, you can find out drop-off locations. But she came up with this amazing idea about Amazon Prime. And it's like, hey, go to Amazon Prime, order the food, the non-perishable food items, the high-protein stuff, the snack packs, the jerky, all that stuff, the tuna, and just put it on auto pay.
And have them deliver it.
Deliver it to
You
Calvary.
can do that now with
Deliver it.
so many other places too, like Walmart's
Yeah.
starting to do
You
that.
don't even
like
have to
there's
do
different
Amazon.
places that are, yeah.
Yeah, and if you're ordering your own and you're picking up at Walmart, just have that, on your order. And
Sure.
if you want to drive it over here and
Do that
drop it
too.
off, that's great.
Yeah.
But we actually have somebody on staff now who can, manage the food shipments. Because, see, I'm a volunteer. I'm not here.
Right.
So before I couldn't say, ship it to Calvary and,
Right.
somebody who already has a full-time
Somebody.
job,
Yeah.
somebody, but they have a community liaison whose job it is to interact with the community. This is one of his many projects. And so, he's the guy that when the shipment comes in, he'll go get it, put it in the right place, and then we'll get it over to where we're currently packing food. But my goal, my plan, my dream is that we have more food than the space that we're currently using, and we can be independent
overflow.
and then really, be able to entertain some delivery trucks and stuff like that.
So we're looking for people that want to step up in the community and go to their church and say, listen, there's this amazing organization feeding them kids, and can we partner with them? Can we team up and be like a drop-off location? Can we get the word out to everybody at our church? Oh, businesses stepping up, if you're a business out there, be one of these people that goes and it makes it a location, makes it a drop-off, and spreads the word. We had somebody last time you were in here, Holly, somebody in their neighborhood. They were saying, I just want to go around my neighborhood and tell my neighbors, hey, I got a box in front of my door outside.
Right.
If you could go to the grocery store and get a few extra items, just drop it off in my box at the front doorstep.
That's right.
And
Put it
I'll
out-
take care of it.
Put it outside your door, like tell them, hey, it's going to be outside my door every Saturday. Drop it off because I'm going to take it to church on Sunday, or drop it by, a church I don't attend, or
We need people
whatever.
like that stepping up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
great.
and so, hopefully the extra drop-off locations will help, but it's so crazy simple, you guys. I mean, this is not complicated, because if your church says, well, that's great, we can collect the food, but our volunteers are already tapped, that's awesome. We will come pick up the food from you.
Mm-hmm.
We will make this so crazy simple that there's just no reason.
Right.
And, Scripture really does say that for those who know to do good and don't do it, to them it is sin.
Yep. Yeah.
So, I mean, I'm not here for a guilt trip, but I'm going to say we're number one in childhood hunger.
Yeah.
And now all of us who have heard this know, and now we have to do something about
That
it.
same book of the Bible talks about the fact that true religion is caring for the widows and the orphans. I love
in their
the book
time
of
of need.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so right now that's a true way we can show our faith.
It really is.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, who can argue with this? You can argue about the homeless people on the curb. Do they need it? Do they not need it? You can argue about food stamps. Are they being abused? Are they not abused? You know, I don't know, which is why, you know, literally in prayer, the plan that the Lord gave me was get the food directly to the child.
Yeah.
And at first I was like, how am I going to find the kids that have need? You know, and then it was like, the teachers all know.
Yeah.
The teachers are reaching into their own pocketbooks so much of the time to bring extra food to their classroom because they're compassionate people.
Yep.
You know, to help the kids that are in their classroom. Yeah. So, you know, I'm like, the teachers know. So, you know, I mean, really, I picked up the phone and I called APS Title I Homeless Project and I said, hey, if I get food to you guys, can you get it to the kids who have need? They were like, oh, yeah. And so that's where we started.
Wow.
Now we have churches partnered with schools like Legacy. They have adopted 8 schools. 8 schools. And that came from Dustin listening to this program, right? This program. And he started dropping off food here at Calvary. He went to a different church.
Yeah.
You know, that's no problem. We all play nicely here together. We're all in the same,
Yeah.
you know, we're all in this together.
Yeah.
He started dropping food off here, he and his wife. And then, you know, his wife just was really moved by it. And then Dustin went to the decision makers at his church. Well, he called me and he said, hey, can we do this too? And I said, absolutely.
Yeah.
And
no,
so,
you can't help feed homeless children.
Absolutely not.
What are you thinking?
So I went and met with their church people, which I will come and meet with your church people.
Yeah.
That's what I do. I meet with people who want to collect food. And, you know, look at them now. They've adopted 8 schools that they service weekly. Weekly. So our food still goes down to the Title I Homeless Project office for a widespread need. Okay.
So, okay, here's a question for you, because I know we're like coming close to the end of the hour. If you're just joining us, Holly Slade in studio, Feed New Mexico Kids, feednmkids.com. So this is a little over a year, getting close to 2 years now, right?
Close,
close
March.
to 2 years. March will be 2 years. So my question for you is this, because I'm sure there are people listening who are like, well, the time or the this. You do full-time real estate. When God placed this on your heart, like, where were you? Like, what were you thinking? Because, you know, you say, well, I just called Title I and said, can we do this? But how long did that take? What was that like for you as a human being when God called you to this? Was it instantaneous or was it right?
I gotta be honest.
You had a Job moment?
No,
a Job moment.
You ran
Yeah,
into it,
really.
didn't you? You're like,
I
hey,
was-
no
You
way.
mean Jonah?
Oh, yeah, that's what I meant. That's what I said. I said Jonah.
You had a Job moment.
Let me
Your
dump that.
family was all killed.
Gosh, I'm going to get fired now.
You guys are awful. You guys, this was a process. I was researching a different project. I was actually doing a project on human trafficking.
Okay.
Which is where I came across the hunger stats.
Yeah.
Then I came across this situation up in the Pacific Northwest where I read about people that had a gleaning ministry that were going to people's backyard apple trees and peach trees where the fruit normally falls on the ground and rots.
Yeah.
I was like, oh man, how could we do that?
Right.
You know, I was like, that's hard.
Right.
Food is hard to grow here, and it doesn't grow
It's
in the
New
winter.
Mexico,
You know,
right?
It's like people can't even grow enough food for themselves. And I'm like,
Right.
okay, so that's not gonna work.
Yeah.
So it was through prayer, and I kept talking to people. And honestly, you guys, I talked to people for 2 years.
Wow.
See, this is
I was
cool to
praying about
hear.
it, thinking about it for 2
Yeah.
years. I'm like, how's this gonna work? How am I gonna? And in my mind, I was like, well, I got to recruit, right? I'm in sales and I build real estate teams, right?
Right.
I have to recruit a team.
Right.
I have to find people who used to be in the sales profession who can go out and cold call churches. Right. So we're going to go out and cold call churches and we're going to sign churches up. And then the churches are going to sign volunteers up. And then we're going to have an army. We're going to march forward.
Yeah.
Conquer!
Yeah.
I mean, it was this thing that was like,
Right.
I was like, when am I ever going to find the time to do all that? And then, you know, more prayer, more talking to people, more prayer. And there was this moment. I kept telling my husband, I'm starting to get like panicky about this food thing because I feel like if I don't do it soon, the Lord's going to like say, all right, you know, I gave you a couple of years. You still haven't done anything.
Else.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And honestly, it was a real panic like that where I was like, I just got to figure this out and figure out how to do it simply.
Yeah.
So I said, all right.
Complicating it is what
I'll
you're doing.
start with my church. How's that?
Yeah.
Ding.
Yeah.
You know, before I raise up the army of salespeople,
Right.
I'll start with my church and I'll just start with getting the food to somebody who has the delivery system already. Literally, that was the phone call. It was like, okay, if I can get food, can you get it to the kids? Yes. Great. Then I wrote the proposal for my church and I said, if we gather food, they will get it to the kids. And, you know, Calvary being compassionate, they said, yeah, let's try it. Let's see if it works. Let's see if people bite, if people are into it.
I love
so
that it's
we
like
quote
almost 2
unquote
years here and then we had never talked about this.
It.
Yeah. And it's working.
Yes.
And it's working so well because God is good.
Here we are 38 tons of food later, but I got to tell you, that's what's the comedy of it. It's so crazy simple.
Yeah.
We give you camera ready art.
Right.
You don't have to design a thing. We go, here it is. It's ready for a bin, this size or that size.
Yeah.
Here's the food list. Here it is.
Yeah.
It can be completely passive. You put the bin out in the hallway. You put some announcements in your bulletin.
Sure.
Yeah.
You know, if you don't have volunteers to pack the snack packs, that's awesome. We will pick up the food from you.
Right.
Same with your place of business. We will pick it up from you. You call us and let us know. In fact, we have New Mexico Finance Authority, right? You got a listener down over there. So she's in the HR office over there. And she's like, we can collect food.
Beautiful.
So every now and then they call and they go, hey, we got a box of food for you.
Oh,
I'm like,
that's so
awesome.
great.
We'll be right over. And we get a volunteer and we go over and pick up the food.
I think there are so many people that need to hear that story. The fact that it started with you thinking human trafficking and this, and then God showed you stats on this thing, and then it drew your heart here, and then like prayer. And a couple years of that led to this starting, not where we're at now, and then almost 2 more years down the road. So it's amazing what God can do with people. Like I love it. I love that. That's so cool.
It's a process. And so, I think that's why I want to encourage people, do the simple step, whatever is simple for you, because at first this was too complicated.
Yeah.
And when it finally got down to the simple step, I was like, I can take the simple step.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm like,
I love that.
I'm like, if the grocery store is too much, go to Amazon.
Man.
Rosalind on YouTube's like, well, how do we start a food drive at work? She's like ready to do it.
All right, Rosalind. You email us. We will get you the camera ready art. We will get you all set up.
Yeah.
And is my email on there, Steve?
I'm looking. I'm like scrolling down. Register your organization right here. Is that what? No.
So, Rosalind, I'm going to give you my personal email
Look at that.
address right now. It's Holly Slade 2, the number 2. Don't use them in the number sign though. HollySlade2 at gmail.com.
Okay.
Email me there, Rosalind, and we will get you all the camera ready art. And you just check with your management. You know, you check with HR, your manager, whoever is in charge over there, and you say, hey, can we do this? Perfect. They say yes or no. We give you the camera-ready art. You literally slap it on the side of a cardboard box and start the food drive. And then we can help promo you. If it's a business where customers come, we can actually promo you on this site. We can't tell them to buy anything once they walk in your place of work. But we can say, hey, if you're in the neighborhood of X company, drop off some food.
There you go. We're posting it to YouTube right now, your email address. And
so you say Holly Slade 2 at
gmail.com.
There you go.
Boom.
Thank you.
You guys are awesome.
Holly, everybody. Holly. Thank you for doing this and coming in.
Hey, thank you guys. Your Starmy audience has been a huge part of that
amazing.
38 tons.
They're amazing. All right, we got to take a break. feednnkids.com. Go there. We'll be right back.
Students, do you like music? Want to let your comedic side out? Maybe you and a few friends get together for a jam session. You can bring your talent to the stage. Our power partner, JNO Academy of Music, is sponsoring Albuquerque God's Talent Show. Auditions will be held at Hope Christian School at 6:30 p.m. Friday, March 1st. Top 10 auditions will be in the live show at Hoffmantown Church on March 8th. The fee is $20 per act. For information, 505-238-2966. Amy Grant in concert. February 23rd at Inn of the Mountain Gods. Details online at innofthemountaingods.com. Star 88 thanks Inn of the Mountain Gods for their support. I'm Heidi, and here's what's happening. Don't miss 30-Second Theology at Life Church Rio Rancho. If your favorite part of a football game is the commercials, then you won't want to miss 30-Second Theology on February 3rd. Pastor Craig Rochelle will use popular commercials to illustrate spiritual truths. Come early to enjoy the tailgate party. They'll have hot dogs and plenty of fun photo ops to get ready for the big game. Catch the message at the 8:30, 10, and 11:30 a.m. and the 1, 4, and 5:30 p.m. services. Star 88 will be on site for a live gospel brunch broadcast. Do you know about a free event happening at your church or for your community? We'll talk about your free event on the air and feature it on our website. All you have to do is fill out the form online at star88.fm. For more information about events happening in your community and so much more, visit star88.fm. For what's happening, I'm Heidi, and this is Star 88.
A soundtrack for your soul. This is Star 88 on KLYT, Albuquerque, Santa Fe, and Star88.fm.
I don't really know why I've been feeling down, I've been feeling so low. I don't really know why I can't figure out why I'm feeling so alone. Never really know why, all I think about is how bad it could go, when I really don't know, no. I get these thoughts inside my head, what if I don't have what it takes? What if things don't ever change, don't leave room for you? But what if you're holding me up? What if your love is enough? What if the power in your name could do anything? And what if you're making me strong? What if you were here all along? What if I'm right where you want me? Everything I'm going through, you understand, I know you see it. Every single thing I do, it's in your hands and I believe it. I don't really know why, I feel like I keep letting it down. There's nothing that can separate me from you, and I believe it. What if you're holding me up? What if your love is enough? What if the power in your name could do anything? And what if you're making me strong? What if you were here all along? What if I'm right where you want me? I got these thoughts inside my head. What if I don't have what it takes? What if things don't ever change? Then I remember what you said, you will fulfill your promises, and all the questions go away. I know you're holding me up. I know your love is enough. I know the power in your name could do anything, and I know you're making me strong. I know you were here all along. I know I'm right where you want me. I know I'm where I need to be. I know you're holding me up. I know your love is enough. I know the power in your name could do anything, and I know you're making me strong. I know you were here all along. I know I'm right where you want me all along. What if you were right there?
The Morning Invasion with Dex and Steve-O.
I used to wonder if I ever could be loved. Never gonna live up. Should I give up? Will I ever be enough? What I didn't understand is you love me as I am. I don't care what anybody thinks about me. You're the only one that I. No, I don't care what anybody thinks about me. How can I be silent? I didn't want to stand out, kept my head down, insecure inside my skin, always looking back over my shoulder, making sure I blended in. And you gave me a new name, and I never was the same. I don't care what anybody thinks about me. You're the only one that no, I don't care what anybody thinks about me. How can I be silent when there's all this joy inside my heart? How can I be quiet when you gave me light to pierce the dark? How can I be silent? I will not be silent. Even though my sin high, left crimson, you washed away those stains, and the grace you've given is the reason I'll never be the same. How can I be silent? I will not be silent. How can I be silent? I will not be silent. Okay, yep. You're the one that I want, that I want, that I need. You're the one that I want, that I want, that I need. You're the one that I want, that I want, that I need. I don't care what anybody thinks about me. You're the one that I want, that I want, that I need. I don't care what anybody thinks about me. How can I be silent when there's all this joy inside my heart? How can I be quiet when you gave me light to pierce the dark? How can I be silent? No, I will not be silent. No, even though my sin left crimson, you washed away those stains, and the grace you've given is the reason I'll never be the same. How can I be silent? No, I will not be silent. No, how can I be silent? I want that, I want that, I need. How can I be the one that I want, that I want, that I need? How can I be the one that I want, that I want, that I need?
Taylor's okay. All right. Okay.
The morning invasion.
All right, easy,
That's what you get.
Easy.
That's what you get.
Easy. Hold your horses. Wow. Is that gonna be bad for the podcast? You want me to do another sweep for you?
Well, that's what you get for trying to make fun of that girl who sounds like T Swift.
I was totally gonna do a joke like that was Taylor's. Okay. Crushed my joke. 8:07.
High today of 45 degrees.
The morning invasion with Dex and Steve-O.
The most gangster among gangsters.
Yeah.
Is right behind me. Oh, I'm so nervous to turn around. I'm so nervous to turn around.
Why would you be nervous to turn
Because he's
around?
so gangsta.
Yeah, but wouldn't that mean you wouldn't want to have your back to him because he's so hood?
I can't even look upon his face. He's so
Okay.
gangsta.
You clearly
Man.
don't know the term gangster, what it means.
I'm so scared.
You never turn your back on a gangster, man. That's why I'm sideways. I can see all exits,
you never
all
look.
windows.
You never, ever look in the face of a gangster.
Wow.
Am I right, Sam?
Yeah, boy. I've been waiting for like 2 minutes to say that.
Yeah, boy.
I was like, Dick, shut up. I got my thing to do.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to cut you, bro.
Whoa. That's so New Mexican of you.
God.
Cut you.
Whoa. Easy.
Hey, man.
And when I say cut, I mean put down because I don't carry a weapon.
Put down? Like,
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
like
will
to
cut
put
you
you- put me
down, man. I
down?
will
Yeah.
cut you down.
Yeah.
wow, man. That's heavy stuff.
Well, you know, I'm living on the edge, baby.
Yeah, dude.
I'm Baptist with an attitude.
Yeah?
Well, maybe not. I try to act tough, but I'm not.
No, you are. I think it's all a disguise. Actually, I think you visually you look like just a really good guy, but I know what's going on.
Yeah,
I know what's going on.
Yeah, yeah. They should make a Netflix movie about my life.
Well, I have a meeting with Netflix sometime in the near future, so I'll pitch it for you.
Good.
I'm heading down there.
Good.
That's right.
Excellent.
I got to set up my Netflix tattoo appointment.
Okay.
So if I walk into the Netflix building with the Netflix company, they will actually take me serious.
Yeah.
Probably. With a tattoo across your chest. Where are you going to get it? On your chest?
Well, it's got to be visible, so
yeah.
I don't want to have to lift my shirt up.
You could do it like under your chin, on your neck.
I was going to say neck tattoo would be kind of cool, like the Netflix logo.
Like the app cool. on your iPad or your...
Yeah, maybe in the back of my neck.
Yeah. Then they'd have to see it when you're leaving.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's very true.
Or you could back in. That'd be super cool.
That would be super cool.
Just walk backwards.
Yeah, it would. I don't know. We'll see what happens.
That's why people don't take advice from me.
Right? Yeah.
I got bad advice.
Mm-hmm. Anything new with you? Anything going on? Any stories to share? Anything you want to pitch?
Nothing is as exciting as, Brenda hitting a deer.
Oof,
I think I told that story a couple weeks ago. Yeah.
But you know what? You got a car out of it, so
that's right.
That's a good thing.
I had to replace the vehicle I was driving.
Yeah.
So I've got a newer car now.
Good.
Yeah. That's so. Let's see. I'm speaking at a couple of youth gigs in a couple of weeks.
Good.
So I'm excited about that. One in Whiteface, Texas.
Ooh, Whiteface, Texas.
Yeah.
Whiteface, Texas?
First Baptist Church Whiteface comes to one of our camps. And so their pastor invited me. It's in West Texas, as you can imagine.
Okay, buddy?
Hey, Dex.
I feel like they need to change that name.
No, it's because of a cow, Whiteface cow.
Okay.
And because listen, they've got Hereford and Whiteface
Yeah.
and Cotton Center. They weren't real creative with the names of their.
Yeah.
This is kind of the center of where we raise cotton. Let's call our town Cotton Center. And hey, look at all them white-faced cows. Welcome to Whiteface. Hey, wouldn't that be a great name of a city?
Yeah.
Whiteface. Anyway, they're great people.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go and preach a Disciple Now weekend, the first weekend in February.
You are blowing his mind. Like
I know he's never even heard of
Whiteface.
Whiteface.
Yeah, look at Whiteface here. This is the whole community right here, and they're all white. Yep.
Well, probably.
It's Whiteface, Texas, man.
But it's named Whiteface after the kind of a cow, not the the human inhabitants.
Exactly.
Man, it's a small.
Because I'm sure there's a little bit of diversity there, because there's farming and ranching, and so there's probably some diversity.
It actually looks like a town in Montana.
Yeah, it probably does. So I'm excited about that. And then Eastern Hills has their annual winter retreat that I get to. That's kind of a standing gig for me, so I get to hang out with our kids, and that's always a great weekend because that's my people that I get to hang out with.
Still like hanging out with those kids, huh?
I do, man.
Good.
I enjoy it. I enjoy it a lot.
Yeah, seriously, I'm not the person for that, so I'm glad that there are people out there that take care of kids and that do things like, youth programs.
Yeah.
And I picked up a young man when I was Ubering the other day, and he just graduated college. I'm like, well, what's next, man? What are you going to do? He goes, I really want to start my own company. I'm like, oh, what do you want? What's the company? He's like, I don't know yet, but I want to do something with kids. I'm like, heck yeah, man. That's exactly what Albuquerque needs. New Mexico needs more people like you to step up and be there for these kids, because that's kind of where it starts. If we want our city to start moving forward in the right direction, got to be there for those kids, man. We got to raise them up. We got to teach them. We have to encourage them and love them. Right. So we need more people that can do that. Me, I tried to do the youth program thing, and I ended up just failing hard. Yeah. But I just found out that's not what my gift is.
It's not for everybody.
Yeah.
And I try to, in some of the responsibilities that I have as training youth workers, and one of the things I try to encourage churches to do is don't just fill a void. If you need a small group leader, don't just grab somebody because they're willing to volunteer. Make sure that they kind of have a sense of call to ministry, to student ministry.
Yeah.
Because and that would be true for any level. You don't want somebody teaching a Bible study that doesn't really feel called to teach a Bible study or a group or something like that.
Yeah.
In whatever level, children's ministry, youth ministry, adults. So I try to encourage them to really be prayerful. It's better to have a void and have a little larger of a small group than is ideal until God brings you the right person to fill that spot.
Yeah.
So and then get them equipped, get them trained, and give them some tools on how to lead a small group. Because it's, you think, what do? You sit around and you ask questions and you discuss and you maybe cry and have hot chocolate and then go home. But
sure.
Well,
and then you cry.
That's only in the small groups I lead, I guess. And I'm the only one who cries, I guess. But
have you ever had? I'm pausing this.
No, that's
have you
fine.
ever been in a situation like small groups like that? Because you know, I used to MC like the men's ministry things that we would do here at Calvary. And so we'd always go up to Glorietta and it'd be like, there would be certain groups where it was like the biker guys and they'd be like real tough. And it'd be like, yeah, man, struggling here. Yeah, pray for me. Praise Jesus. And then there'd be like the groups of the Sam Swans where it was just like, you know, this group's going to take 7 hours and they are all crying. Yeah. And so have you ever been in that group where you were like the like emotional, strong Christian man crying and people are just looking at you like, man, I don't even know how to like respond to this.
No, I've not done that where they're freaking out. But one time I was leading a Disciple Now. I was leading a small group for First Baptist Church in Amarillo. This was years ago.
Yeah.
And I had just left a church that was sort of a difficult ministry for me. And sometime when you guys have an hour or something, when we sit down over coffee, I'll tell you the whole story.
Okay.
But it's not necessarily worthy for radio because it's long and drawn out. There might be some tears.
Yeah.
But I felt like when I left that church and I went to another one as a youth pastor, I felt like because of some of the things that happened that I had failed. And I had never said that out loud. And so I'm leading this group. I had the seniors. So there's like 15 seniors fixing to graduate, high school seniors. And I'm sharing, talking about this, and I'm talking about failure. And I'm saying, you know, this isn't, and I sort of told, and I'd never told this story as a testimony of what happened at this church that I had served. And I had never said the words failure out loud, that I felt like a failure. I never even told Brenda that.
Oh, wow.
And so I said to them, so after all of this stuff, when I left that church, I felt like I had, and as soon as I said failed, I fell apart.
Oh, man.
I mean, because that was like this huge cathartic moment for me.
Yeah.
So I don't have any idea how it felt like an hour, but it was probably a minute or two. But I was crying so hard I couldn't gain my. I'm one of those ugly criers.
Oh no!
You know, I know some guys who can cry,
catch your breath?
who can cry and still kind of communicate with it. But when I start crying, I've never been embarrassed to cry.
Yeah.
But it bothers me because I can't finish what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. Right.
So I'm like, and I was just I fell apart and I have this memory image of the looks on the seniors. Because we're sort of in a half circle thing, and their eyes are like this huge. Oh
my gosh!
And I'm
was
predicting.
Anybody else crying?
No.
Oh gosh!
Maybe a couple of the girls, but I'm predicting. I'm predicting. One of my friends says Sam Swan's got a lot of girl in him.
Yeah.
But I'm predicting that they're thinking, oh my gosh. This grown-up man is falling up. Somebody call a therapist.
Yeah.
He needs
what
help.
do we do?
And so I got my composure. And I apologized. I said, listen, I'm sorry. And I said, that's really the first time I've ever admitted that out loud.
Yeah.
You guys, thank you, first of all, for allowing me this cathartic moment. And some of the seniors, even in the group still, before we broke up, before we dismissed for like a break, they were like, no, that was incredible for us to hear that story.
Yeah, man.
And because I had no idea, even going there, I had my Bible studies planned out, but I had no idea that I was going to use that as an illustration. It just kind of came based on the direction the discussion was going. And so and at that moment, there were people years later who told me, I could tell when you started enjoying your job again. Because I went to another church that the people at the church knew me. Some of the people at the church knew me.
Yeah.
And so years later, when I left that church, they said, by the way, I could tell, and they gave me the time frame, and it was about the time that I had that cathartic moment. So there was all this, you know, It's amazing. God works through me in ministry, but you know He still works in me too. Yeah. And that moment, so I turned a corner, and as far as the healing process of what had happened at the church, that's
cool.
It was really a tough time. And like I said, off air, I'll tell you guys someday that when
you know
over
the
coffee,
funny thing is, you're like, it's not really a good story, and I'm going, we got time, but we don't have to do it right now.
Someone get the sauna.
No, but because I'm like, here's the thing that I've learned more and more is everybody's got a story, and they're all important because, man, God is always at work.
Oh yeah, all the time,
always at work, even in the mundane, the day-to-day, the things that we don't get. Like, man, last night I talked about this earlier. My son Luke, he's in 7th grade. And middle school sucks.
Oh, it's horrible.
It's so hard.
Yeah.
And some things have happened this year that we've never dealt with him. He's the quietest of the three. Jack's like the larger than life, and then Brody's just a maniac. And Luke's kind of always been the quiet baseball player, right? And so we've never had to worry about him per se. And all of a sudden he's kind of struggling in school. And so yesterday we had this like come to Jesus meeting, and I recognized that failure is not something anybody likes to talk about.
Yeah.
And I don't know that I'd ever, because as a baseball player, he's lost a state championship game. Like he's experienced failure, but I don't know that I've ever done a good job as a father instilling the fact that it's a normal part of life.
Right.
And it's not just like because you lost a baseball game, that's failure. It's like I still fail as a grown-up in my life. Yeah. I still struggle. I still, at work, I fail. I didn't get this job. Whatever it may be. Mm-hmm. And you can feel like a failure. And so last night we had this pretty incredible moment where I think it was the very first time ever I saw my son break down in tears that weren't sad, but of like, almost like joy because he got it, that it was okay to fail.
Yeah.
And it was this crazy,
huge.
right? It was this crazy moment,
especially
where,
for a kid,
where I was kind of being the jerk dad, like, what do we have to do to, like you got to do this, and as long as you're swinging and striking out, I'll never be mad. But the second you just give up and put the bat down, or you put your pencil down and don't do your homework, you don't even attempt it.
Right.
I will never back that, know?
Right.
And so later I had to go back because I realized that was kind of hard and do the I want you to know that I'm always proud of you thing.
Yeah.
And, man, we both, like, it was like hard. We caught eyes, and it was that moment where I'm crying and he's crying. But it was like, it was almost healing to hear out loud as an adult telling my son, it's okay to fail.
Yeah.
Just keep trying.
Right.
Because I think we forget that too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nobody likes talking about it because failing sucks, man, and it hurts, and it's never easy. But so all that to say, that was a really long way to say, I want to hear the story about what happened in Amarillo, because God clearly used that.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it grew you as a person, and you're one of my favorite people.
Yeah.
So it's like, I want to know about those times.
Yeah.
I think more so as humans, we need to hear those stories, because we need to remember that God uses the mundane and the failures and the moments that we don't like talk about, or we don't think are worth talking about, because those might be the times where God really got to shine.
Yeah. See, and you heard the end of the story. The Amarillo part was the end of a bunch of stuff that happened leading up to that point.
Mm-hmm.
That I had kind of suppressed all of that and kind of kept it hidden, and so that's the longer part of it. Is what the part I didn't share.
Okay.
The short part was what I just shared with you.
Yeah,
that cathartic moment.
Yeah.
And it took me a long time, even a couple of years after that moment in Amarillo, where I couldn't talk about what had happened without getting emotional about it. I can tell a story now, unless I haven't had any sleep.
Yeah.
Because I'm super emotional anyway, but when I don't have any sleep, I'm way more.
And you recognize that.
And I know, I fully embrace it. I know who I am. I know.
Man. Oh.
Just don't drop any hats, because I might
what I'm
cry.
never worried about when you're in studio?
What's that?
Toxic masculinity.
Yeah.
You're safe here, man. You're safe.
Safe zone. Safe zone.
I feel safe.
It's like Planet Fitness.
And yet you're one of the raddest men I know, dude.
Oh,
you're a good man.
You are too kind.
So.
Thank you.
All right, let's take a break, fellas.
Yeah.
Ladies out there. If you guys want to hang out with us, we're live on YouTube. That's right. Tell all your Facebook friends out there that we are no longer on Facebook. We're on YouTube.
YouTube.com/star88FM. Follow us.
Tomorrow is National Spouses Day.
Ooh.
So guess what we're doing when we come back?
Calling our spouses?
We're going to talk about.
No.
We're going to talk about.
No.
Spouse, spice. What's the plural of spouse? Spices?
Spices.
Spices.
Yeah.
Spices.
Spouse.
National
One spouse,
spices.
two spices.
Yes. We're calling the Speece.
The Speece.
10 ways our spouses annoy us the most, and the 10 ways we appreciate them.
Oh, okay. We're going to do both sides.
We'll do both.
Yeah.
All right.
We'll do both.
Tomorrow's
Excellent.
National Spices Day. We'll be right back. Hang on.
A Star 88 Supernova with Greg Laurie.
We need to pray. But why? Number one, we should pray because Jesus told us to. Why should I pray? I should pray because Jesus told me to. He told us over there in Luke 18:1, men ought always to pray and not to give up. Honestly, you don't need any more reasons. Well, why should I pray? Jesus told you to pray, so go do that. But yet, at the same time, he gave us an example. Here was Jesus, who was fully God, yet he was fully man, and he took time to pray often spending the evening in prayer while the others were sleeping. In the Garden of Gethsemane, we see our Lord praying to the Father, Father, if it's possible, let this cup pass from me. Nevertheless, not my will, but yours be done.
Catch Greg Laurie's teaching show, A New Beginning, on our sister station, KNKT, weekdays at 8:30 a.m. on 107.1 FM.
This is Groundwire with John.
My in-laws have a dog that came from an abusive home. When they adopted him, he was a mess. And although he has improved, he is still desperately scared of every male that comes to that house. This dog is so afraid of everyone that even my father-in-law that has worked for years to get close to this animal sends the pet scampering whenever he makes a quick movement. Witnessing the pure fear in this dog's posture and actions is very sad. I know that something horrible must have happened in his past to make her that way. But I wonder how long it is going to take her to learn that not everyone is me. There are some people that love her and want the best for her. The same can be said about many people living today as well. Maybe even you. If you've been hurt, manipulated, or abandoned in the past, you need to realize that you are not alone. God is right there to help you overcome your past. You see, no matter what your past looks like, no matter how people have treated you and let you down, God still loves you. He is not mad at you. He wants to comfort you. He offers you peace and kindness. He wants to get close to you, not so he can knock you down, but so that he can build you up. Don't run from him. Turn to him today and let him take care of you.
For more, log on to groundwire.net. Groundwire.net.
How can you measure up to deserve affection, to ever be enough for this existence? When did it get so hard? Your heart is beating, alive and breathing, and there's a reason why. You are essential, not accidental, and you should realize you are beloved. Sometimes a heart can feel like a heavy weight. It pulls you under and you just fall away. Is anybody gonna hear you call? Oh, but there's a purpose under the surface, and you don't have to drown. Let me remind you that love will find you. Let it lift you out. You are beloved.
Feliz. Beloved on Star 88.
You are the love. How does that?
Beloved.
No, it doesn't sound like that.
8:30.
High today of 45 degrees.
The Morning Invasion with Dex and Steve-O.
Friday, guys. It's Friday. Hallelujah. Friday. Sam Swan hanging out with us.
Yeah.
Whoa, hey, buddy. You're so cool, bro. Yeah.
The older I get, the lower my cool factor grows.
I don't think so, dude. I don't think so. Welcome to the show. Hanging out. Good morning, Alicia. Good morning, FMX Star. Jarrett, Kim. What's going on, guys? All hanging out on YouTube. Lots of people. Big shout out.
Dude, remember the Starmie chimed in yesterday with a photo saying day 1, 3.5 hours. Stay tuned.
What is that?
Day 2, 6.5 hours. You can't tell what it is?
Is that a dinosaur?
Okay, guys. No, it's not a dinosaur.
Pretty sure that's a dinosaur.
It's not a dinosaur. Look at it.
No, I'm pretty sure.
Remember the Starmie chimed in and popped their... I'm like, is that Seth?
What is it?
What do you mean, what is it? You really can't tell?
What is it,
Can
Sam?
you tell?
It looks to be
Come on, guys.
like the inner frame of the Millennium Falcon.
Yep.
See, I knew what
That's
it was.
exactly
See, I was
what
all
it looks like
prepared
to me.
play
I
that.
think
Did
that's
you
the Millennium
realize I knew
Falcon.
what I was, right?
Okay, really?
But the skids look different. The back skids look different.
Yeah, so maybe it's
But it's
not.
hard to tell from
That's
the
not
photo.
the Millennium Falcon.
I think it's the Millennium Falcon.
That's a dinosaur.
That's like the super expensive
That's
Millennium
that's
Falcon.
kind of what I'm thinking.
So
Dinosaur?
My
But
first
it's hard
question
to
is,
frame.
man, how much money do you have?
There's
Yeah.
the head. There's the feet.
That's the
That's a
Millennium Falcon.
Stegosaurus, dude.
That is not a Stegosaurus.
That's the inner
That is
workings
the
of a Stegosaurus.
frame of the Millennium Falcon. I'm just wondering.
That's pretty sick.
I'm checking on my phone because I'm like, is this in fact?
Why don't they just... Can you text us back, whoever sent that? What is
It's
it?
the Millennium Falcon, bro. Come on.
I can't move on until you text in and tell us what it is.
Oh, my gosh.
I need to know that I'm right.
Chewy, we're home.
Oh, so good. It's the Millennium Falcon,
Yeah.
bro.
Okay.
Yeah, right.
Look
sure.
at that. I'm slightly impressed by my knowledge.
Yeah.
My head is full of useless information.
Okay, that's not Seth's phone number, so. It's, come on. Are we really going to wait here for
Yeah,
this
I'm waiting for the
number?
Starmie member to text in and let us know what
By
it
the
is.
way, shout out last weekend of Lobo hockey. They're playing UCCS tonight and tomorrow night.
UCCS.
Yeah, the University of
California.
Colorado Classic Schools.
Oh.
Yeah.
Colorado?
It's a big university.
It's like like Whiteface, Texas.
University of California, Costa Santos.
Costa, huh?
Yep. UCCS, bro.
Yeah, dude.
You've never heard of it?
No.
I wonder if it's University of Colorado, Colorado Springs.
Oh,
Wouldn't you like to know, weather boy?
Yeah.
I bet
Because
that's
I
right.
bet you they have hockey in Colorado.
I bet you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Is it-
UCCS. Yeah. Oh, Dex is right. It's totally a dinosaur.
Oh my gosh. Are you serious?
Yeah. That's what he said. Totes a dinosaur. No, dude, look. That is the room
Yeah.
that where Han walks through and says, we're home.
Yeah.
Maybe
the
it's a
tube.
dinosaur that turns into the Millennial Falcon.
By the way, I was also right about UCCS. It is Colorado Springs.
Yeah, that's, yeah.
University of Colorado
Springs. When you said that, that made a lot of sense.
Colorado?
Colorado.
Beautiful.
Okay, moving on. It's a dinosaur.
Guys, it's National Spouses Day
Oh, man.
tomorrow.
Yeah.
What did you get Brenda for National Spouses Day?
Well, I'm about to get her some chocolates.
Yeah.
Nice, from
Flowers
CVS?
or something. I don't know.
Man, that's CVS, man.
CVS.
Yeah, they got the best chocolates.
Those are laxatives.
Oh.
You never want to go to like a Walgreens.
I thought that was the
or a-
place to go.
yeah, No.
That's, well, it is the place
It
to
is-
go in an emergency
Yes.
when no one
Yes.
else is open.
It is stupid expensive. Last night, my beautiful son, Jack, who I want to punch so hard, says, Father, I'm going to bed and just remembered that tomorrow I'm responsible for 2 bags of Fritos for the Frito pie thing that we're doing at school, and a 12-pack of Cokes. Oof!
And he tells you that at bedtime.
One, I need that. And two, I also need you to pull out cash because I also have to pay $10 for this thing. And I'm like, man, I hate you so much.
Steve-O punching himself in the face.
Lord, why did you gift me with children?
Because he would never lay a hand
You call
on
them
that
a
beautiful
blessing.
young
I
man,
say
Jack.
they're a curse. Tomato, tomato.
Yes.
So I was like, well, what am I going to do? It's late, and I ended up going to the Greens Day Wall.
Of course you did.
And, dear Lord in heaven, why hast thou forsaken me? One bag of Fritos was like $5.
Yeah.
Oh,
for
boy.
like the smaller, it wasn't like
No,
the
come on.
family bag, and he needed 2 bags. I dropped like $20 on 2
soda?
bags of Fritos and 12-pack.
Plus you had to give him cash.
Somebody call 911.
Yeah. So, no. I was dumbfounded. Like, oh, this is why you never go to Walgreens. And that's probably also why they charge so much, because
Nobody
goes there, but when they do, it's a last-minute emergency, so they have to pay for it. Ugh.
What does this have to do with National Spouses Day?
Everything, because we're talking about dudes who didn't realize tomorrow's National Spouses Day, and they still have time to not go to Walgreens.
Hey, I want you to know something, that at my house, every day is National Spouses Day.
You're the greatest. She's so lucky.
She's the queen of my heart.
All right. A new survey found the 10 things. Don't look over here.
I'm not.
The 10 things that annoy us the most about our spouses.
I can't think of a one.
Oh, gosh. I'm like, I don't know where to start. I'm just kidding.
Complete opposite.
I was thinking
One
of
of
myself,
us,
of course.
One of us is being honest.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure it's Steve-O who's being honest.
Yep.
But it's Sam who is wise.
Yes.
Next question.
I'm not very honest, but I am super wise.
Yeah.
Well, I got some of the stuff from the survey here. I just thought I'd throw it out
Loud
there.
chewer.
Loud chewer.
Is that on the list? Chewing with your mouth open. I'm just thinking of things that Chrissy is annoyed with me about.
Yeah, I'll give you that. Gross habits like nose picking, flatulence, and
There you go.
burping.
Okay.
That was number 5 on the list.
Number 5?
That's probably one that I annoy Brenda with.
Showering less
Toothpaste.
than twice a week.
No, that's high school boys.
Yeah, well, that's me.
Yeah,
I rarely shower. I woke up like this. I don't have time. I do a morning show.
Listen, when you're naturally beauty, you don't have to. When you have natural
That's
beauty.
what I say to myself all the time. Look at this, the oil.
Whereas me, I have to take a lot of time because this beauty takes time, baby.
Yeah.
When I shower, it's like I have to shampoo it 3 times because the oils just bead the shampoo off.
Yeah.
I never wash my hair.
Squeezing the toothpaste tube in the wrong
Oh,
spot.
Chrissy! I hate it. She's the middle tuber. And I'm
Gotta
like,
be the end.
Christina, you roll it from the end, dog.
I'll give you that one. Number 7 was messy habits like leaving dirty clothes on the floor, but that kind of goes into that category.
That's totally
so.
different.
Well,
I'm
that's
that guy.
not in
Now
it.
this-
I could jump off my bed and land softly onto the pile of laundry that I clearly...
I do the laundry in my house.
Yeah.
So I recognize where sometimes Brenda puts her clothes instead of in the hamper.
That's cool. The hamper needs like a goalpost or something for me to try and
Our
shoot
bathroom
it in.
has like one of those where the sink and the tub and the shower in one spot,
cool. Yeah.
and then the commode is like in a little tiny
We
room
have
by
one of those-
itself, and
we
you
have
can
one of
close
those
the
as
door
well.
to the commode.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
she puts her clothes. If it's on the right side of the doorway and folded, it's still clean, and she'll wear it again.
Okay.
If it's on the left side, just in a pile, that's the dirty. And sometimes the piles are so big, I trip over heading my way into the. But that's not annoying. That's just something she does.
Yeah,
That just adds
Well,
to her
it's like
character.
when you're tired at the end of the night and you take your clothes off, I just drop them
they're just
next
right
to the
there.
bed.
Oh, my gosh.
They're right there. There's about if the rapture happened, people would look and think that there were 7 people congregating by my bedside.
Yeah.
Because
Jeez, man.
there's constantly
That's
just
why
a
the hamper
pile.
is right there by my bed.
See, that's smart.
Take them off.
Ours
just
in the
drop them in
closet
hamper.
is too far away.
Yeah, too far.
It's
I gotta
way
walk
too far.
all the way over.
I gotta walk to the other end of the room.
If that was me, I'd even wad them up, and throw them across the room.
Nope, can't
Yeah.
do that.
Yeah.
Can't do that.
Rita says he leaves his stuff everywhere, never puts anything away.
Yeah.
She's super annoyed with her spouse. Yeah.
Okay, so we're trying to guess more of these.
Yeah. We're doing the things that annoy us the most about our spouses.
Not closing cabinets all the way.
Oh,
that's a good one.
I will tell you. I bet you I can totally nail Chrissy's in mine.
Okay.
I bet you. We almost should call her. I bet you I know what she would say is my most annoying habit.
Okay.
And I bet you she would say this is her, quote, most annoying habit from me. Hers, snoring. That girl snores.
Okay.
She's going to murder me dead now.
I actually have audio of Chrissy snoring. Steve-O captured this one night.
That's not loud enough. That's a lie. This person sounds like...
Oh, no.
This person sounds like they took NyQuil and they're just trying to get better. She is murdering people with chainsaws. Yeah. So...
Murder!
Yeah. I would say hers is probably the fact that she tells me things 140,000 times. And then she's constantly going, Steven, I told you yesterday. Why don't you listen to me?
Number one answer on the board.
Oh, there you go.
Selective listening.
Right there, man.
40% said.
Selective listening.
Selective listening.
I am the king of selective listening.
The most annoying thing about their spouse.
I hear what I want to hear.
I'm not really a selective listener. I'm kind of a half listener. At least that's what I think Brenda said. I wasn't really listening to the whole thing. I don't know how that worked out.
Joining us on the show right now, Britt Romney.
No.
Okay.
Yeah,
she hung up on us.
Were you just like going for it?
I was just guessing. I thought she was going to go to town on Seth.
Somebody's got a really good one. Not replacing the toilet paper, or if they use the last tissue in the box, not getting another box of tissues.
Yes.
And you got to put the toilet paper on properly, like waterfall.
Over the top.
Waterfall.
Chrissy just puts it on the back.
Oh, just sets it there?
Just sets it there.
That hurts my back to twist
well,
all the
so
way
you have
around
to,
like that. I can't.
You have to, So you have to like.
you got to be a contortionist to get it off the back of the toilet.
But I guess it's because I'm quite picky when it comes to how you put the roll on. So she'll just like
she
put it on the
there
back.
She's like,
you do it then.
Steven will take care of this for me.
Because she'll do it however she feels in the moment, and I'm like, no, that is wrong.
Yeah.
There's one way to do toilet paper.
Whenever I stay in a lot of hotels as my travels around the state, and I feel morally obligated to flip the toilet paper if it's not put on there properly.
I will do that. I will do that as well.
I don't know how many times I've done that.
Same.
All right, we're doing the things that annoy us the most about our spouses. And coming up here, we have the top 10 things that we actually appreciate about our spouses. That is on the way. If you'd like to chime in, we're on YouTube Live at Star 88 FM. You can text in as well. What's that number?
505-585-LIVE. The live line is going crazy. I've got a bunch.
Give me a cue before we go to break.
Shoes everywhere except in the closet where they belong. Emotional swings and inconsistencies. Not prepping the coffee pot after they drank the last cup. Thank you, Brady in California. When your husband tells you to just ask him if I want him to do something, then I do, and yet what I asked him to do is still not done, so I'm going back to just thinking about what I want him to do because asking him is pointless.
Nice.
My husband takes his socks off next to the couch and leaves them there. There is a pile of socks there every day.
Beautiful.
I have that issue as well. My boys will have like piles of socks. And then instead of like actually putting them away, they throw them onto the stairs.
Amen.
So there's a pile. You're walking up the stairs and there's a pile halfway up the stairs.
Well, that makes sense because on their way up, they'll grab them.
Yeah.
No, they don't.
Allegedly. That's their idea. That's their
idea.
thought. Like,
right.
well, I'm downstairs. I'll throw them on the stairs and then I'll get them later.
That's the philosophy.
And it's just socks. Like a trail. It's like the Trail of Tears, but socks.
Yes.
Yeah. All the way up the stairs.
Sock it to me, baby.
Yeah.
All right, we got to take a break. We'll be right back with the top 10 things we actually appreciate about our spouse. Hang on.
Christine Kane challenges us to not just look at those around us, but to see the person as Christ sees them. In this Star 88 PowerPoint.
You know, my husband, he is an awesome man, but he has this incredible case of domestic blindness. And he will yell to me, Christine, have you seen the milk? Like, what do you mean? The 68 cartons right in front of you on that middle shelf. Or when it comes to, have you seen my shirt? Oh, the one that's hanging. All 15 of them in black, like Gary. There, it's right there. It's right. Do you see it? There's like this domestic blindness that happens. We could go through something and you could be at a supermarket with someone, they're like, did you see that person? You're so consumed in yourself, you didn't see the person that even scanned your items. You didn't even see the person on the side of the street. You didn't even see the pain or the suffering in the person in your workplace. You kind of looked at a boss that seemed angry, but you didn't see the person behind it. It's amazing how much we look at but we do not see.
That's Christine Kane on a Star 88 PowerPoint.
Let your kingdom come.
What a cute little song. It's just cute, guys. Vertical Church Band. Lights shine in on Star 88. 850.
High today at 47 degrees.
Hey, what's going on in the news today?
Republicans and Democrats trading blows.
The only thing that is necessary is for the Democratic senators to withdraw their objections.
This government is shut down over a promise the President of the United States couldn't keep.
The Senate Intelligence Committee has subpoenaed Michael Cohen to testify in mid-February.
Stunning turn of events in Florida, where the new Secretary of State abruptly resigned after shocking photos surfaced showing him in blackface at a Halloween party.
A frightening road rage incident. A man jumping onto the hood of a car, smashing the windshield with his hand.
Massive winter storm from the Gulf all the way up to the Northeast. Flood and wind alerts along much of the I-95 corridor.
The superintendent of schools in Elwood, Indiana, says she's learned her lesson after being charged with insurance fraud. Casey Smitherman went to the home of a sick student and took him to a medical center where she used a false name, claiming he was her son.
Scientists have revealed their new doomsday clock. It's still 2 minutes to midnight. The closer we are to midnight, the more danger we're in.
The announcement citing increasing carbon emissions and cyber attacks.
How does that make you feel, Sam? You okay? You all right? You need me to hold you?
I need a hug. And
the doomsday clock.
A cup of coffee and a fritter would be nice.
Okay.
That'll make me feel
apple
better.
fritter?
Apple fritters are good.
Welcome to the show, everybody. Live from the Dreamstyle Remodeling Star 88 Studios. It is National Spouses Day tomorrow. Today, we salute the spouses.
So
We just went through the annoying things about our spouses. And Sam had 0.
He had 0. He was,
0.
I think they're quirky and fun.
That's hilarious.
I was trying to be careful because I don't know if Brenda's able to listen or not, so I'm just,
She is.
Yeah.
She is.
She probably is. She's always listening.
A few more text messages you want to share. People were chiming in with the annoying things about their spouses, and then we'll move on to the top 10 things that we actually appreciate about our spouses.
Keeps her vehicle a dump.
Oh, yeah.
Messy car? Dude.
Yeah.
Women are the worst. Just kidding, ladies. Just kidding.
So we'll see. My wife's car, it's horrible because we have 3 children who have just destroyed it. So it's not necessarily her
Have
fault.
them pick it up, man.
I mean, she does manage it. It's almost like an office space. So apparently she's just not going to manage it. When she acts like a millennial, someone said.
Oh.
Okay.
Maybe she is a millennial.
I appreciate everything about my husband except when he doesn't replace the toilet paper or when my honey-do list does not get done. Everything else I appreciate or I can live with.
Well, okay.
Yeah.
Not bad.
Somebody says, why is it that every person that squeezes the toothpaste at the bottom married a psychopath that squeezes it in the middle? I don't know. God put us together for a reason.
There's some.
Still trying to figure that one out.
I'm fixing to drop some wisdom.
I think I know what you're going to say.
If you just buy 2 tubes, you don't have to worry about it.
You know what the funny thing is? No. Funny thing is?
We do that.
Chrissy and I do that as well.
Because, well, for one thing, we have 2 sinks. We have 2 sinks.
Same.
Same. So in the 2 sinks.
Hers is the left one, and it's disgusting. And there have been multiple times where I've had to go in there and go, let me just get all the hair out of the sink, and I'm unclogging it.
So we have different, and I travel a lot, so I take my toothpaste with me. So she has another tube.
Why
are you looking like? What's wrong with having 2 tubes of toothpaste?
I feel like I'm about ready to change your lives.
Oh, he's got more. He's fixing to drop more wisdom.
Yes, tell us, Dex, all of this great marital advice.
No, not anything to do with that. No. I live alone in my bedroom at the Petersons.
Oh,
yes.
Okay. All right.
I'm going to change your life because of the toothpaste thing.
Okay.
They actually have toothpaste that isn't annoying where it actually, when you squeeze it, it just inflates out again. And so you don't have to worry about somebody squeezing it in the middle or going at the end.
Rich, we don't have $47 for a tube of toothpaste.
It's not. I'm serious. I don't know what kind of toothpaste you guys are buying, but my toothpaste, look at these teeth.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
And it's not
wonderful
That's
pearly
true.
whites.
You do take care of your teeth.
I only pay $15 for one thing, and that's not a lot. It's not 15. I'm just kidding. No, I'm serious.
What are you brushing your teeth with? Goldgate?
I was pretty excited though when I found, oh my gosh, and I don't know if they have it in other brands, this tube.
Yeah.
But it's the tube that I get.
It stays inflated.
It stays inflated, so you don't have to worry about that. It's going to change your life. I'll tell you what kind of toothpaste it is off the air.
All right.
All right, should we move on to the other list? Do you want to do that, guys?
I mean...
End it on some good news?
Sure.
All right, so this survey, they found the 10 things that we actually appreciate about our
just like a real marriage. We spent 30 minutes talking about the negatives, and we've got 2 minutes
2 minutes
before
to
break.
talk.
Just 2 minutes.
So we're like, we got a couple minutes, and we'll get through the stuff that we like. Whatever.
That's all we got time for. The list is short. What do you think? What do you appreciate the most about Brenda?
Oh my, I don't know where to start.
Oh, just so you got one thing.
I can't narrow it down.
Instantaneously, we're like, she does this, and she snores, and she. What's something?
No, the list is too long. I could just start and listen. She brings joy to me.
Okay.
We have a lot of fun together. We sometimes don't even have to speak as long as we're in the same room together.
Great.
I just like being in the room. The same place with her. She makes great nachos. I love her nachos.
No kidding.
Yeah.
See, that's my number one thing. Literally last night, it was the first time in I think a decade, but she remembered. I always loved chicken fried steak, and I've been cooking a lot more, than she does. I love to cook.
Yeah.
But last night I was like tired. I was kind of a grump, and I came downstairs and she was preparing chicken fried steak.
Wow.
I love you.
And I was like, dang girl.
Yeah.
I told my sons, guys, listen. Back before you existed and she actually loved me, she would make me chicken fried steak regularly because it's my jam. It's my favorite. This means she either did something wrong or she still actually loves me. Yeah. Yet to be determined.
I think it's the latter.
I mean,
Brenda will. We make our grocery list.
Yeah.
And sometimes I might forget to tell her something that I need or that I want. We keep a steady supply of shelled peanuts. I mean, peanuts in the shell, because that's like one of my favorite snacks in the afternoon, is to shell the peanuts and eat them.
Mm-hmm.
Or pistachios, or
so 1950s of you.
I know it is. and she keeps a steady supply. If I forget to say I used the last bag of peanuts,
buys you things.
She buys me things.
Buys you things.
She's very thoughtful.
Chrissy is very thoughtful with that because she's the grocery shopper, and there's randomly just a Cadbury egg or a peanut patty or just Yep.
Okay. Buys me things.
Or Sam's favorite beer, like whatever it is. It's just great. It's in the fridge, and he's like,
Baptist.
How did you know I loved IPA?
O'Doul's.
O'Doul's.
I love you.
Will you come to our Super Bowl party? I'll buy you O'Doul's.
Yeah, I will.
Do you know O'Doul's has like
if I'm in town?
Don't tell him.
Oh shit!
What's the weekend?
Dump that.
The week
February 3rd.
Yeah, something like that.
Oh.
It's like 0.0001%.
Yeah, it still has that.
It's non-alcoholic.
It's gross.
Hey, and who was the new one that just came out with a non-alcoholic beer?
I don't know.
Some. You don't pay attention to that?
No, like Coors Cutter.
No, well they have that.
Yeah, I know.
No, there's like it's Heineken. Heineken just came out with one.
Gross.
That's what they said.
So they have St. Pauli Girl non-alcoholic too.
Yeah, I haven't.
Yeah, all the really terrible beers have non-alcoholic stuff, and it's like, well, if you're trying to convince people that it's gross, you should just let them try the real one.
Yeah,
it's gross.
Guys,
I've only tasted it.
I haven't even really
smelled it.
I haven't touched the top 10.
Okay, let's go. Sorry.
I got to go to break. You guys want to talk about beer?
I don't. Steve-O does. I'm a Baptist.
When we come back.
I feel guilty for even mentioning non-alcoholic beer.
I know you do. When we come back.
I'm going to go have to read the first chapter of the Baptist Faith and Message right after this
What is the thing you appreciate the most about your spouse?
Oh, dude, we have so many people chiming in, so.
We'll be right back. Hang out.
Hey, if it's true that God's Word is living and active, how do you put it to work right now? James McDonald believes it's up to you. So listen up.
When it says husbands, love your wives, the word is agapao. It's the biblical term that describes God's love, a giving love, a selfless love, a sacrificial love. Men, you should be able to just as quick can be, you should be able to jot down a list of 3 or 4 or 5 things that you won't be doing this week, that you may even want to do, but you won't be doing them because you're going to love your wife.
Listen Up is a production of Walk in the Word. It's our mission to ignite passion in the people of God through the proclamation of truth. Need to get fired up? Go to jamesmcdonald.com.
Pastor Jack Graham and a Star 88 Supernova.
Too many Christians are part-time believers, casual observers. But I want to challenge you. You know, when you come to worship the Lord Jesus Christ, don't show up late and leave early like you're a spectator in a theater. We are here to worship the Lord Jesus from the very beginning. When we're singing, we are praying and we are praising God and we're giving and we're serving God with our worship. It's important to show up early and then don't leave early. I mean, we have to show up early and leave late instead of showing up late and leaving early. Why? Because we don't want to be just part-time casual observers in the body of Christ. We want to be all in.
Catch Pastor Jack Graham, PowerPoint, broadcast weekdays at 10:30 a.m. on our sister station, KNKT. This is KLYT, Albuquerque, Santa Fe, rebroadcast on KKCJ, Cannon Air Force Base, KPKJ, Mintmore, K201CC, Las Cruces, K203EZ, Alamogordo, K207CQ, Gallup, K211CW, Hobbs, K212EH, Silver City, K214DE, Antonito, K218AK, Artesia, K250AB, Roswell, K293AO, Alamosa, K228DQ, Portales, in the free app for iOS and Android, and online at star88.fm.
Wide awake while the world is sound asleep, and too afraid of what might show up while you're dreaming. Nobody sees you. Nobody would believe it. And every day you try to pick up all the pieces, all the memories that somehow never leave you. Nobody sees you. Nobody would believe it. God only knows what you've been through. God only knows what they say about you. God only knows how it's killing you. But there's a kind of love that God only knows. God only knows what you've been through. God only knows what they say about you. But God only knows the real you. 'Cause there's a kind of love that God only knows. You keep a cover over every single secret, so afraid if someone saw them they would leave. But somebody sees you. Somebody will never leave you. God only knows what you've been through. God only knows what they say about you. God only knows how it's killing you. But there's a kind of love that God only knows. God only knows what you've been through. God only knows what they say about you. But God only knows the real you. 'Cause there's a kind of love that God only knows. For the lonely, for the ashamed, the misunderstood and the ones to blame. What if we could start over? We could start over. We could start over. Oh, for the lonely, for the ashamed, the misunderstood and the ones to blame. What if we could start over? We could start over. We could start over. 'Cause there's a kind of love that God only knows. God only knows what you've been through. God only knows what they say about you. But God only knows the real you. 'Cause there's a kind of love that God only knows. God only knows what you've been through. God only knows what they say about you. But God only knows the real you. 'Cause there's a kind of love that God only knows. God only knows where to find you. God only knows how to break through. God only knows the real you. There's a kind of love that God only knows.
No kidding. I never knew that. For King and Country on Star 88, I wish people could hear the conversation that we were just having.
I just blew your mind.
You really did.
What is it called?
Bidet, eh?
No, in America, there's like this. Is it the squatty potty?
No,
it's
not the squatty.
No, that's a potty training thing.
Yes, it is. No, it's the. Dang it, guys. Dex
Just
wants
put
to
in
try a bidet.
Yeah. Why isn't that a thing in America?
Because we
Bidet,
believe
that's
in
it.
toilet paper.
Yeah, but toilet paper doesn't get you clean.
Yeah, our boy Brodus, Joey Belleville, has one because he says, you know, if you went out and went off roading in your truck and got mud all over it, would you just grab a
Thank you.
towel and start wiping the mud off, or would you take it to a car wash?
Exactly.
And clean it. And I'm like,
exactly.
Dang, that's a really
That's
good.
that's a good point.
That's
I
an
know.
excellent. It's an
And in
excellent-
certain
It
parts,
makes sense to me.
in certain parts of the country, it's important to clean your undercarriage.
Yeah.
Of your car. Of your car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They have them at Lowe's, bro. Like, that's the thing. You can, but where is it? Oh, gosh. Joey has, I can't remember
Change
what it's
your life,
called.
huh?
Dang it. I'm sorry, Starmy. I'm failing.
If anybody has information that they could pass along to us,
I can't
fix
move
us at the
on.
live line.
I can't move on until we figure out what it is.
585 live.
585
5483 585.
585 live.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Let's see here.
Tripped over my own teeth.
Okay, well.
Man, Paul says this convo just went to the dumps.
It's time to flush it.
Okay. Tomorrow is National Spouses Day. Buy your spouse a bidet.
No.
It'll change their life and your life. All right, so we just went over the top 10 things that annoy us the most about our spouses, according to the survey. And we jumped into the top 10 things that we actually appreciate about our spouses. Buys you things. Sam hit that. That was number 10 on the list of appreciate. What else? What do you think? Number one thing people said about their spouses.
Encourages, builds up. Supportive.
Support of your goals was number 5. 48% of people said that.
Okay.
I think that's huge.
Yeah.
5?
Yep.
Clearly, people don't care about things that are really important. Seriously, man, if you have that person that, like, believes in you.
Oh, yeah. You could move them out.
I will conquer the universe
Heck yeah.
with that type of.
Yeah.
You hear that, Chrissy?
What do you think, guys? The number one answer is?
Kaylin says the number one is not having a spouse. That's the most appreciative.
There it is. Sorry.
Yeah.
Let me hit that again. I feel like it's worth it. Good call. That's not number one, but it should be.
Somebody said the biggest thing for them, when I was single, I didn't look forward to heaven. But God gave me a wife. And now they've shown them they cannot wait for the Lord to return and return as quickly as possible.
I don't think that's meant to be positive.
That's a positive,
that sounds
man.
a little.
Yeah, they appreciate their spouse because their spouse have given them the deepest love for heaven they've ever experienced in their life. Please come quickly, Lord, please. Please.
I suppose you could look at it that way.
Yeah, man, no, it's a positive.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
I don't know about that one.
No? Oh, okay. Somebody said, I appreciate how my husband cleans out the fridge from all the old food and leftovers that nobody ate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let's see
Good.
here.
Is that on the list?
No. I mean, does the dishes, I guess.
Yeah.
29% said does the dishes. So I guess that falls into like doing housework.
Yeah. Perhaps.
Kitchen stuff. Okay. All right. What else?
You know what the funny thing is? Chrissy just, nope.
What?
Like, she gets mad when I help in those areas. I'm like, but I'm home early. I enjoy doing it. I'll do the dishes. I love vacuuming. But she also enjoys vacuuming.
Oh.
So it's like.
So you're robbing her
I'm
of her
robbing
joy.
her of her joy.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
I'm
just
like,
do
but
half.
I love vacuuming.
Just vacuum half, and then
Yeah.
when she comes home, she can vacuum the other half.
So,
Or don't tell her you vacuum.
yeah.
And let her vacuum again.
Yeah, but I'm like that weird guy that loves seeing the lines in the carpet. So, I'm like,
So
I'll
just
leave
see him until till a little bit before she comes home, and then wipe them all off.
Wipe 'em off.
Walk over them, or just get your
so
rollerblades and roll over them with your rollerblades
Yes.
again.
Yes.
Relive a childhood memory.
Mm. So far, not a lot of people chiming in on what they love about
No, I
their
was thinking, you
spouse.
know what? I didn't think this would be a
People
popular
were
subject
super
matter.
quick to chime in on all of the
Yeah,
criticism.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's so funny. All right, let me give you a few of these, all right?
Yeah.
Good with money with this number 8. That's important.
That's
Appreciate
vitally
that.
Yes.
important.
Yes.
Sexy was number 7. They appreciate that their significant other,
and
their
that
spouse
is why
is
our
sexy.
divorce rate is so huge, bro. Because money, like finances, was so low on the list, and yet it's the number one reason for divorce. So we want them to look good, but we don't care that they suck at their finances. Come on, people.
Number 6 was great parent. Of course, that is important. Got to be a great parent.
Yeah.
They appreciate that. Supportive of your goals was number 5. Number 4 was smart. They love that their spouse is smart.
Okay.
I think this is a really important one. Makes you laugh.
Yeah.
That's a good one. You can have a partner that makes you laugh, that's huge.
Yeah. That's why you're my partner, Dex. You make me laugh every day. You make me laugh every day. I think number 2 is actually my number 1.
Really? Okay, go ahead.
I think that's important.
Go ahead, say it.
When you meet that person that you don't have to put on a facade.
Oh, yeah. You be
like
real.
when you can just be you and know that they will love you through the good and the bad and the ugly. I'm not saying I have that. I'm just saying that would be my number 1. I'm just kidding.
Nah.
You can be yourself around them.
Yeah.
I think is
that's good.
Huge.
Yeah.
Because you're going to set yourself up for failure in your relationship if you're not yourself anyways.
Right.
Because you're putting on this fake face, and then you get married, and all of a sudden it's like, who's this person?
Right.
That's not who I fell in love with.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, you can be yourself around them. 56% of people said yes.
How about this?
I need that. Yes.
Remember the Stormy said, I appreciate that my husband changed as many diapers as I did when my kids were little.
Oh.
And now he wakes up with the kids at night and lets me sleep.
It's a good man
That's
right there.
very good. Yeah.
Somebody said, my number 1, I love that my wife is godly.
There you go.
Yeah, that wasn't even like on the top 10, huh?
No. Well, this was a they surveyed
Oh, it was
atheists.
Maxim magazine. Okay, that's why.
Interviewed a bunch of pagans.
Yeah,
that's right. Yeah. Sorry, guys.
Somebody says the biggest thing I appreciate about my spouse is they help me appreciate my alone time.
It's important. You have to have the alone time. It's so important. It's so important.
I had to think about that for just a second, and then I'm like,
yeah.
Well played.
It is important.
Yeah.
Somebody says having somebody to pray with who encourages you biblically is amazing.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's important, man.
Yeah. Yep.
Number 1 answer, according to the pagans.
Yes. Incredible at goat sacrifices. Number 1, I appreciate that the most. They get their hands dirty. And we take it to the altar of Baal. We're pagans.
All right. Number 1. Okay. Again, it's National Spouses Day tomorrow. The number 1 thing that you appreciate the most about your spouse is hardworking.
Hardworking?
60% said hardworking. Hardworking. Hardworking.
You know what the funny thing is? I'm not being funny because we've been joking about it. I love my wife.
She's a hard worker.
She is a very hard worker. To a point where that has been one of our bigger hang-ups because she runs a child care center. She runs a school. She's on the board of the New Mexico Early Childhood Education Association. She is a very, 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 very hard worker, and she has a hard time turning off being a hard worker.
Yeah.
And so I think it's interesting that was number 1, is you want somebody hardworking. I wonder if it's the people that they talk to just don't, like maybe their spouse is lazy, or maybe it's like, this is what I want.
Right. Yeah. I don't know, but I mean, there's that balance too.
I mean,
you know?
well, yeah, because she has encouraged me and challenged me more than any human ever has to push to be better, to work harder. But yeah, that's weird that's number 1.
I might not have actually graduated from college had I not got married while I was in college.
Yeah, dude.
Because
seriously.
Brenda,
wow.
Because my deal was I'm paying for this. I can go to class or not.
Heck yeah, bro.
I'm paying for it.
Should have met Chrissy earlier.
That's why I was confused when the first day of my freshman year, all the classes were like, there's attendance requirements. Oh, no. I'm paying you to be here.
Yeah.
I will come if I want to.
Yep.
I can't, it's hard.
Yeah.
And I realized that's not a smart way to go.
No, it was not.
So I would, early on, I'd miss a couple of classes. And after I got married, I took a summer class, and Brenda was like, are you going to class today? And I said, no, I don't think I'm going to. And she goes, let me rephrase. you're going to class today.
Yeah.
And so I owe my college degree to my wife.
Yeah.
That's for Brenda. That's for Brenda.
See, hardworking.
Yeah.
Hardworking.
That's good, man.
That's cool.
All right. Well, I mean, sure. I guess.
Is it because I have that I'm like,
yeah.
I don't appreciate it because I have it?
I mean, I think that's a good quality.
Sure.
I think there's other things
Number one?
that are deeper that would be more meaningful.
Yeah.
Like Brenda believes in me. She believes in me more than I believe in me.
That's cool.
And in fact, one time I was kind of running myself down, which I swim in a deep pool of insecurity, so I do that often.
Man, yep. I
And-
brought my trunks. I'm with you.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going for a
All
swim
day.
later. You want to go?
Yeah.
Cannonball!
Oh, I'm in.
Yeah. So
Deep sea.
I was running myself down a little bit, and she looked at me. She goes, "That really makes me mad." I said, "What?" And she said, "When you talk about my husband like that." And I was like, "Ooh,
I love that."
So I have to be careful about
Yeah.
how I
Mm-hmm.
how I talk about myself around my wife.
Yeah,
Because she believes in me.
Chrissy and Brenda aren't allowed to hang out because I think they're the same person.
I think it could be very dangerous
It
for us,
really
for the
could.
two of us, if our wives ever hung
Well,
out
we're
together.
going to accomplish a lot.
Yeah. But we will be greater men than we ever thought we could be.
Yes. Oh, man.
I mean, I was looking at this list, and this is like, for single people out there, this is a really good list of things to, put up against, the person that you want to have as a spouse. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like the top 10 here, I was looking at, if you had all of these things for a spouse, that'd be pretty awesome.
Well, yeah, but
You
nobody's
know?
going to find all of those things. That's the problem. I think we go in with these giant lists of what we believe, and then we're let down because we have unrealistic expectations of the other human being, a part of the relationship going. But if you just in this and this
Expecting
and this,
them to be something that they possibly can't be.
They can't be.
Right.
Chrissy will always, it is ingrained in her. She will always be hardworking.
Yeah.
And that's one thing that was contentious for a long time, and I had to come to recognize, like, that is who God created her to be.
Yeah.
Like, she works hard, and she's going to keep doing that. Now, there are times where maybe I could work harder and I could put more effort into certain things, and there are other times where, man, this last week I got to surprise her in California, and she was freaking out because it's like, she didn't work on Friday, and I'm like, it's okay. I've already taken care of it. I called the school. Everybody's aware of everything. Pack your bag. We're leaving, And it was like, okay. And once she was out there, I was like, I didn't realize how badly I needed this.
Yeah. Which is a good reminder that any of those personality things that we have, hardworking or very driven to accomplish and all that kind of stuff like that, all of that has to be tempered.
Yeah.
We can't be completely hardworking all the time. I mean, hardworking is
'Cause you
part of the
will
way we're
burn
wired.
out.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
can burn yourself out. So you've got to strike a balance.
Yeah.
And that's the disadvantage of people who have real driven personalities is that they can drive themselves crazy.
Yeah, and their spouses.
And their spouses.
Yeah, good call.
Since tomorrow is National Spouses Day.
Exactly.
But being able to kind of temper that a little bit without freaking out.
Yeah.
I see it with students often where they're, they want kids who are driven to get straight A's and they get one A- or one B+, and they just freak out like it's the end of the world. And I try to tell them, I said, look, first of all, there's some subjectiveness to grading in the first place, particularly if it's a paper that you're writing, as opposed to doing math, which has right or wrong answers.
Yeah.
So you kind of have to do that, and you have to learn that you're not always going to be able to excel at everything that you do. You might do well.
Right.
But that's your best effort. As long as you put forth your best effort, that's what counts.
Amen.
So don't get caught up in A's and B's necessarily. Just get caught up in the effort.
The Schwan, Sam Schwan. We got to take a break, guys. Make sure you stop by your local CVS and get those chocolates tomorrow morning for National Spouses Day.
No, don't do that.
All right, live from the Dreamstyle Remodeling Star 88 Studios. We'll be right back.
We're surrounded with traumatic events, disaster, and loss of loved ones. It makes you feel powerless. How can I help? How can I make a difference? The International Fellowship of Chaplains provides training to meet the physical, emotional, and spiritual needs of victims during times of crisis. Training will be held March 11th through the 15th from 8 to 5 at Calvary Church, 4001 Osuna Road Northeast in Albuquerque. Make a difference at ifoc.org or call 505-363-5843.
As you seek a refreshed personal relationship with the Lord, remove the clutter. Join Pastor James McDonald this week to learn how to be free from religion and learn what it means to be truly mindful of the presence of the Lord. But that's not all. We'll also begin a listener favorite teaching series titled, Lord, Change My Attitude. Refresh the heart, spirit, and mind this week on Walk in the Word.
Make an appointment with James McDonald. Weekdays at 12:30 p.m. on our sister station, KNKT 107.1 FM. This is a fresh thought. Listen up to Levi Lusko.
At the end of the day, there's only really two ways to live. Facing the sunrise or not facing the sunrise. And I would just encourage you, if you're, finding yourself just full of things that are wrong with your life and haven't happened and ways God's worked in other people and why is this? And all of a sudden it becomes this woe is me and here's how the troubles I've seen are heavier. I'm just would encourage you just to ask yourself, wait a minute, where's the sunrise? Because it's going to come right on time. Watch that sun go up in the sky. You watch the pink, you watch the orange, you watch the brightness, you watch the power, and you watch the way it chases the shadows away, and then you believe God to do exactly that inside your heart. And you tell him, great is your faithfulness. My soul will trust in you. I'm not just looking at this life, I'm looking into eternal life.
For more fresh thoughts, go to LeviLusko.com.
When the world shakes, feel my heart race. When the voices start again, or the panic's creeping in. Ooh, 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 will I listen to? Fear never told the truth. So I'll wait on you tonight. Worries only wasted time. I don't wanna be afraid. I don't wanna be afraid anymore. Not like before. I don't wanna be afraid. I don't wanna be afraid anymore. I'm safe in your love, oh Lord. In the future, you will return. We'll watch the darkness break and finally see your face. Forever be alive. With your kingdom, death will die. So I'll wait on you tonight. Worries only wasted time. I don't wanna be afraid. I don't wanna be afraid anymore. Not like before. I don't wanna be afraid. I don't wanna be afraid anymore. I'm safe in your love. Oh, this world cannot take my treasure. This world doesn't own my tears. My hope is alive in heaven. I will not give in to despair. I don't wanna be afraid. I don't wanna be afraid anymore. I don't have to be afraid. I don't have to be afraid anymore. Oh, I don't wanna be afraid. I don't wanna be afraid anymore. Not like before. I don't wanna be afraid. I don't wanna be afraid anymore. I'm safe in your love. Don't wanna be afraid. No, don't wanna
10th Avenue North, Afraid. On Star 88, 925.
High today of 44 degrees.
Oh, it's so beautiful.
It's the Morning Invasion with Dex and Steve-O.
Oh, hold on, Sam. Let me hit this button.
With a break between the playoffs and the Super Bowl this weekend, there's no football. Man's strength and perseverance will be tested. How does one survive without classic gridiron action? Well, you could referee how well your wife makes lunch.
Flag on the play. You put mayo on my sandwich. That's a $15 shopping penalty.
You could bring football appetizers to a family function.
Hey, I brought some pigs in a blanket. Also, super sorry for your loss. He was a great guy.
Oh, gosh.
These are just a couple of ways to survive a weekend without football.
Hey, wait a second. What about the Pro Bowl?
Yeah, like I said, there's no real football this weekend.
Oh, man. What are you going to do, Sam? No football this weekend.
I know.
How will you live?
I will try to survive by thinking forward to the fact that pitchers and catchers report in 19 days for the beginning of spring training. So I will survive the weekend without football by thinking of baseball.
Amen.
Amen.
To
Amen.
God be the glory
Yes.
for baseball. What?
Yes. Yeah. Can't wait.
Yeah, I'm
19
excited
days,
for you, man.
pitchers and catchers
I'm
report.
excited for you.
Are you?
Yeah, of course. Because, I'm not into baseball, but I can get pumped for my friend to
Yeah.
be pumped about
Sure.
what he loves.
I got a new Angels hat this weekend in
Did
California.
you really?
So happy.
Oh, man.
So happy.
Wow.
I haven't gotten a new Cubs hat in a while. It's time, I guess.
It is.
Yeah.
Get a new hat.
All right.
Sorry, it's the Cubs.
Talk to
I'm
Brady.
just kidding.
I'm
I'm just kidding. I love the National League. It's like AAA. It's really cool.
Yeah, it's so cool.
So cool. You guys have
I love
weird
it.
rules. It's great. It's great.
At least all of our guys play in the field.
Oh, man. Hey, you know what? But my pitcher, can hit the baseball.
Yes, he can.
Gosh, he can.
Dude.
There was the Ducks, the Anaheim Ducks, my hockey team. They had Angels night this last week.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Ohtani dropped the puck, and he...
Oh, how fun.
For those that have no idea what we're talking about, Shohei Ohtani, who is a pitcher and a hitter for the Angels organization. It's
Yeah.
amazing. That
Yeah.
doesn't happen often.
No.
You know.
A handful of times.
Yeah. Anyways,
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Can we talk about teachers for a second?
Sure.
Yeah.
Teachers don't get enough love, you know what I'm saying? Teachers are the salt of the earth, Sam.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm married to a teacher.
Molding the minds of our future generations. I want to get your guys' thoughts on this school superintendent. Good teacher or bad teacher, okay? I don't know what to think about this, okay? Let me tell you about Casey Smitherman.
That's a name.
School superintendent in Elwood. That's in Indiana. Well, earlier this month, a 15-year-old student didn't come to school because he had a sore throat. Casey went to check on him because she was worried. How cool is that? He came from a tough household, and in the past, she's helped him by buying clothes for him, helping him get clean, and, she was pretty sure he had strep throat, but he didn't have insurance.
Oh.
So when doctors wouldn't examine him, she lied and said he was her son.
Oh.
And got him a prescription under her son's name.
That's
someone
highly illegal.
Someone tipped off the cops last week.
Oh, man.
And
I knew it.
Casey,
I really thought this was going to be a better story.
Oh, Casey. She's not meeting with the mayor to get the key to the city anytime soon. No, she's going to jail. Directly to jail.
A crime, maybe a crime. If one followed a crime.
That's right. Insurance fraud, insurance application fraud, and identity deception. She issued a statement saying, quote, "I wanted to do all I could to help him. I know this action was wrong. In the moment, my only concern was for this child's health." And here's the thing. School board seems to have her back in this. They say, quote, "She made an unfortunate mistake, but we understand it was out of concern for this child, and she continues to have our support." Doesn't look like she's going to lose her job for this, but she's going to jail for fraud.
Oh, gosh. This is a hard story.
This is hard.
Yeah.
This is hard
Yeah.
because we are to obey the laws of the land, and clearly the law states that, well, if you have insurance, it's only for your family, your immediate family.
Yeah.
And she lied that this kid was her son. Tough, man.
Yeah, that's tough. I'm glad the school board has her back. Sounds like that maybe they can work out and post bail for her and any legal fees, kind of help her in that sense.
Is this a life-threatening?
No.
Okay.
Strep throat?
Is that life?
I thought you were life-threatening issue that she was doing.
I'm like,
no, strep throat's
actually
bad.
can be.
Yeah, it can be if it doesn't get treated.
Untreated, you actually can die.
Yeah,
So
it can. It's
with knowledge of that, and gosh, it blows my mind that even now, if you don't have insurance, the hospital, the doctor can say sorry.
Yeah.
Even if it's something like a strep throat, a cold, people die of the flu all the time.
Yeah.
You know, so that's crazy to me that they still won't help out. Yeah. So knowing that this kid could die, where are you? Where do we stand?
I wonder if she could have told. I'm his teacher. At whatever it costs, bill me.
And then go.
And
try
him,
to
he's
do
a
a
student.
GoFundMe
He's
page
not
or
my
something?
son. Yeah, or do something like that
Yeah,
rather than
try to get the support of the
But
community.
maybe she wasn't thinking clearly because she was trying to get it done right away.
Exactly.
And I don't even know if the hospital would allow that. I don't know if you got sick, Dex, and I took you to the doctor and you didn't have insurance, and I said, tell you what, treat him. I'll pay for it.
Yeah,
and I'll do it right now.
Because here's the thing. Like, here's the flip side of this. I don't know if you remember this story. It was like last year. A mom in Canada went to prison for 3 years because her 7-year-old son had strep throat. She didn't take him to the doctor, and he died.
Oh, my God. I don't remember that. No.
She was found guilty in January of criminal negligence causing death in the passing of her son because they said her actions resulted in the senseless death of an innocent child who needed her protection because she failed to bring him to a medical doctor, and that caused his death. Strep throat.
Oh, my gosh.
7 years old.
Yeah, it's
dead.
Yeah.
She didn't take him to a doctor. She's in prison now.
Oh,
for
my
that.
gosh.
Yeah.
So it's like, look, I'm giving the
Yeah.
opposite extreme because this person could be going to jail because she
did go to jail.
Which is the
Look at her
funny thing,
mugshot.
The
Just got a
Starmie,
mugshot.
the Starmie's divided because some are like, oh, she must be a Democrat, and I'm like, oh, okay.
What? A Democrat?
right. So,
Yeah, man. Here's a superintendent, a school superintendent who stepped up. I get that she lied. I get it. But she wanted to make sure that this kid got the treatment he needed so he wouldn't die. Because the hospital, the doctors, they wouldn't examine him. They wouldn't do it.
gosh.
I'm torn. Very torn. But she's not going to lose her job. That's what's I am glad that she's not going to lose her job because I mean I get it.
Rosalind says they have signs in the emergency room saying they won't turn a patient away for a treatment based on their insurance or lack of insurance, but a doctor's office can. So $80 bill versus $500 bill. Alicia says it's a minor. I have a hard time believing there was no other way for the minor to get medication. It's tough.
There's a couple of other unknowns.
Yeah.
I mean, those are some other unknowns. That was it a urgent care clinic that she took him to? And this is in Indiana, right?
And here's the other thing. Here's the other thing we don't know. Like earlier this morning in the 7:00 hour, we had Holly Slade on. Holly Slade heads up Feed New Mexico Kids, an organization that tries to help homeless children in the Albuquerque public school system get food, right? And the reason that they teamed up with APS Title I is because it's at a school level, and the teachers are the ones that know the children with the most need, who are at the most risk for starvation.
Right.
So what we don't know is the relationship between the superintendent and the student. Maybe she knows a lot more than we do about the child's welfare, well-being at home, and maybe, I mean, I'm speculating, has a better understanding of whether or not that child was going to get the medical help he needed.
Yeah. Right.
I'm not saying it's okay. I'm not.
Yeah, because it says in the article that the Department of Child Services has been advised, and they're looking into seeing if this child, like, okay, what's the deal with this kid's parents, and if they qualify to get financial help? Because a lot of times, low income, you qualify to get,
Yeah.
But here's one thing that somebody said, because ex-wife used to work for CYFD, huge amount of children without the means of insurance or health care. You can't get on state assistance if you do not have a physical address. So there's a lot. There could be a lot more to it.
Yeah.
We don't.
We just don't know all the details.
Don't know.
Right.
Yeah.
However, we do know that she's still facing jail time.
Yeah.
So,
yeah,
that's a tough one, because we are clearly told to render unto Caesar what is Caesar's, right? Like Jesus himself, our Lord, was like, "Hey, man." Of course, it's talking paying taxes, but we use that of Romans 13 because we obey the authority that is placed above us, because no one is placed in a position of authority but set by God, and so we use these scriptures to kind of clearly point us to certain things.
Maybe what could happen is, if it goes to trial, or obviously she's going to go to jail for a little while, but if it goes to trial, there would be a compassionate judge who might say, yeah, she did break the law. Yes, she did this. And I declare a fine of $10, whatever, pay the court fees. Or,
you would think.
So it'd be interesting to see how this all plays out, if it hasn't already. I mean, obviously I haven't read the article, but But
this isn't a situation where a judge would want to make an example out of somebody.
And she's not frauding the insurance company for her own gain. That's what the law is set up for.
Yes, that's a good call.
The law of the anti-fraud, insurance fraud, is so that I don't burn my house down and collect insurance money. That's part of why that law is on the books.
Did you read this stuff?
I didn't.
Her statement. Sorry.
Go ahead.
About that. Well, yeah. So she spoke to the police. She realized he wasn't at school on January 9th. She was worried about him. In the past, she's purchased clothes for him, and she's helped clean his house, according to the court documents. And she said she didn't contact CYFD because she was fearful that he would be placed in foster care. So I'm not saying that's right either. I'm not saying that's acceptable. But I think there's a lot that goes into it because, man, we got some immediate responses
she
on
has
this
a track
Christian morning
record
show
of
that's
helping.
like, burn her at the stake. She broke the law. You know what I mean? And I'm like,
Jeez, man.
I don't know
Calm
that I
down.
could say that. I can't rightly judge this situation because, yes, she broke the law. She was literally helping a child.
Like, this is an incredible human being
man.
who's like stepped up and is like helped clean the kid's house, bought him clothes.
Of course you say that, you bleeding lib.
Wow, man.
That's why your mom doesn't listen to our show anymore.
I would think
watch some Fox News.
It would kind of be the same of a teacher who shared her faith with one of her students. This is hypothetical. I'm making this up, which that always gets hairy when you create hypotheticals. But, it's really, you're not allowed to talk about that unless a student asks. A teacher, if I'm a teacher and a student asks me about my faith, I can tell them.
Yeah.
But I can't say it in front of the whole class,
Sure.
according to the law. But there might be some teachers who are willing to risk that. And it sounds like this superintendent was willing to risk breaking the law so that this kid could be taken care of. She's not it doesn't sound like she's benefiting in any, she's not getting any cash. She's not getting any kickbacks. She did it to help this kid out.
And I would imagine.
And that's probably not the best way to do it.
Exactly. I would imagine if we sat down and interviewed this teacher, she'd probably be like, I'd do it again.
Yeah.
If it means this kid can get better and he can get the medicine, I'd do it again. I'd go to jail for that kid because that's the type of person that seems like this teacher is.
Yeah, and everybody who's kind of throwing shade, I want to ask you, do you drive 40 or 50 on Wyoming Boulevard?
Right.
Sam, bringing it.
Because if you break one law, you break all the law. And
Amen.
And so I feel like, it's one thing. This always makes me laugh. I'm driving. I hope no cops are listening. I may drive 45 on Wyoming, but people pass me doing 50. The speed limit on Wyoming Boulevard is 40.
Yeah.
So I get mad. I hope they get pulled over. And then I'm like, wait a minute, I'm doing 45. Maybe I should get pulled over too.
Yeah.
Here's the other thing. Student does not live at home with his parents. He is under the care of someone else.
Oh, boy. See, the
so
kid's
he doesn't
homeless.
even live. So she's bought him. I'm like reading. I'm trying to read all the story because it's like, well,
That's
why?
good.
Jeez, man.
Why?
That's good.
Like the teenager missed school. She was worried about him. She showed up at the house. No one was there but this 15-year-old who is clearly very ill. The parents don't live at the home with him. He's under the care of a relative, it says.
And she has a track record of taking care of this kid or looking out for this kid. Let me say it that way. Yeah, I hope that it resolves in a way that she doesn't get punished.
It all happened, the way it went down is because of other kids.
Yeah.
So the authorities found out because a student contacted the authorities because this kid had a prescription bottle with the superintendent's son's name on it.
Oh, yeah.
And so it was like, this kid's got a prescription that's not his.
That's not his, right.
Find the rat. Who is it?
Well, and that makes sense. I'm because of the prescription drug abuse issue that we have in America.
Right.
I understand why somebody would be concerned about that.
Yeah, I get that.
And I understand that in her helping, she probably went about it the wrong way. But does that necessarily mean that she needs to be punished to the letter of the law as far as all that stuff's concerned? And is there another way to resolve this, and so that the next time she has an avenue to take care of it instead of having to do the illegal side?
Here's the flip side. I wish my wife is actually in Santa Fe right now with the governor of New Mexico talking about some laws that she's trying to present.
Oh, yeah?
Or else I'd have her on the show right now. Yeah, I'm bragging about my wife.
There you go.
Because here's the flip side, and a few people have chimed in about this, and I know this to be fact. She is a mandatory reporter.
Yeah.
She could be in a lot of trouble for not reporting the situation to CYFT.
That's true. That's
because
true.
Even if family members of ours, anytime that's like, this is it's like Chrissy will stop and go, I'm a mandatory reporter, so if you tell me anything about this, I need you to know that I will immediately contact CYFT because by law I have to.
Absolutely.
And so there have been situations that, like, I've had family members get mad, like, why'd your wife do that? And it's like, dude, she's a mandatory reporter and she has to do her job.
Absolutely.
So this superintendent is a
That's
mandatory
a good
reporter
point, too.
whose job it is to let the authorities know this child is not being cared for. So that is a very good point.
Yeah.
So,
All right, let's take a quick break. A lot of people chiming in, talking about this school superintendent in Indiana. She was arrested last week after she got a sick student medical treatment for strep throat by lying and saying he was her kid.
Yeah.
And she's facing several charges, but she says she did it because, quote, in the moment, my only concern was for this child's health. So,
Sam, an officer of the law, chimed in and said, I am a cop and I am always listening. So,
okay.
Sorry for your...
I will start driving 40 on Wyoming Boulevard.
Yeah! All right, we'll be right back. Hang out.
As a Christian, you have a hope to share. With more, here's Matt Chandler on a Star 88 PowerPoint.
It's not just this kind of understanding of our relationship with God that matters, because the you, and you are the salt, you are the light, is emphatic and restrictive. So it's the people of God, but it is the people of God, which means that one of the primary ways God shapes us into more of who we already are is via the grace of the people of God. So that one of the ways he's saying, you are salt, you are light. That's true about you now, but you're going to grow in your saltiness. You're going to grow in your brightness, and it's going to take place over a period of time, and it's going to take place immersed in a community of saints who understand most fully what we just learned above, namely that we're all fallen, broken people in need of grace, a Savior, and a safe place to be vulnerable and honest about where we actually are.
That's Matt Chandler on a Star 88 PowerPoint.
Room to wonder, open road, my marker, cruise control, strobing headlights, passing cars, constellations, shooting stars. Down into the middle and I'm feeling alright. Street lights are blending with the pale moonlight. Fire on the highway, music on the the pale moonlight. Fire on the highway. Music on the airwaves. Head out the window, gonna feel the cold night. I'ma take time for the rest of my life.
FF5, Fire on the Highway. Sam. Sam is fire on the highway. You know what I'm saying, Sam?
Yeah, baby.
That's right.
Yeah, baby.
Better watch out, them cops. They're always listening. You know
They
what I'm saying?
are. I'm having a great conversation with him over the live line.
Good.
It's really cool.
Hey, guess what?
What?
9:47.
High today of 44 degrees.
The Morning Invasion with Dex and Steve-O on Star 88.
And Sam Swan. Sam Swan, everybody. Good morning. Welcome to the show. It's always a pleasure to be with you every morning here. That's right. You guys can chime in. A lot of people are chiming in about a school superintendent arrested last week after she got a sick student medical treatment for strep throat. Now, here's the deal, okay? This superintendent, she went to his home where he's staying. Apparently, this kid doesn't have a home because he doesn't live with his parents. She went to check on him. He told he told the superintendent that he had not felt well, and so I guess he hadn't eaten. She could tell he had some symptoms of strep throat. As a parent, I know how serious this illness can be. So if left untreated, this kid could die. So she took him to an emergency clinic, and the clinic refused to give the boy treatment. So she took him to a different clinic, told him that he was his son. And the kid doesn't have insurance, but she ended up getting the medication. She went to the pharmacy, and, they found out that, she lied about it, and she got in trouble. She actually got charged with insurance fraud, insurance application fraud, and identity deception. The school board, they have their back. They have her back. They say, quote, she made an unfortunate mistake, but we understand it was out of concern for this child. She continues to have our support. But it's pretty divided among the Starmy. What do you guys think? You know, this kid could die of strep throat if he doesn't get treatment. But then a lot of people are making good points. Why didn't she contact CYFD? Because as a teacher, that's their job.
Dude, it's so funny. Like, I just keep going to different news articles to try and get different information, more information. So the teenager lives with an elderly family member who does not own a car. There's all these little things that well, of course, this is like from HuffPost. So it's like, guys, the grandmother doesn't even have a car. Like, it's funny to see the little sways that like different like media groups will spin. Like, here's my spin, here's my slant, and here's why it's okay. But man,
yep.
Pastor Sam, putting on the pastor hat. Man, this is tough.
Yeah,
this is where social gospel, this is why there's like fights among like congregations and different denominations, because you've got those that are like, we are the Robin Hoods and we help the widows and the orphans no matter what. And then you've got like the Holly Slades who started Feed New Mexico Kids by calling APS Title I and going through like regulations and proper channels to try and make a difference that way. That's like, no, law of the land, like we must adhere to this, 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 and this. And so which one's right, sir? Baptist, Sam Swan?
Well, I prefer channels.
Yeah, I was going to say.
I don't like bureaucratic red tape, which you can get mired in oftentimes.
Yeah, that's the other.
But I do think that it's probably always good to go through the proper channels. It may take a little longer. Now, in this case, she probably wasn't, like I said earlier, she probably, in the moment, I got to get this taken care of, and probably didn't think through all the way. Because there is also Dex and I listened to a clip from somebody.
You want me to play that?
Yeah,
a little bit of this.
Where he made the point that it could be like a bad example to misrepresent yourself to get what you want, and that's kind of an overgeneralization of what happened, but the point is well taken. So here's the clip.
This is the county prosecutor.
She checked him in as her son and used her insurance to pay for the
sounds like
medical
Darth Vader, so.
Service on the young man.
He's
Doing the
clearly
right
the
thing
villain.
is good. She didn't do the right thing the right way. I understand it was her desire to help a young man that was in bad shape, but probably not the best example to set for young people to assume other identities and make false statements. I think there have to be some consequences, but they shouldn't be career jeopardizing. It never is positive if you're going to have to lie or misrepresent to accomplish a goal.
Mr.
There's always
Toad's
a way.
Wild Ride.
There's always a way to do it the right way.
Wow.
What is the Wind in the Willows? Is that what it is? It got like
Ooh,
Frog
Wind in
and
the
Toad, and like,
Yeah.
that was the creepy Toad person.
Yeah. I do think there ought to be consequences.
Yeah.
What if we did the rest of the show like that?
Oh man.
Okay.
Thankfully, we only have a few minutes, so we could. We'd all be hoarse.
High today at 45 degrees.
Yeah.
Somebody says oftentimes superintendents and other administrators like that are not teachers or have never been teachers. They don't have that ingrained sounds of looking out for kids and then knowing what the protocol is. That being said, she knew what she committed was fraud, and that's just not smart on her part.
Yeah.
You know, this article did say the Madison County prosecutors said that they're offering her a diversion program that will allow the charges to be dropped against her so long as she's not arrested again in the coming year.
There you go.
Oh, well, okay.
I think that's the old creepy dude we just heard from, who also said there would have been a much easier way to handle this and still accomplish the same goal.
Handle this and accomplish the same goal.
Without doing some of the things that she did that were inconsistent with our laws and our values.
Laws and our values. Yeah.
It's hard not to agree with that.
Yeah.
Because I think a lot of times we try to do the right thing, but we do it in the wrong way, and it's still wrong.
And it's still
like
wrong.
Nate always says this.
What's wrong is always wrong.
What's right is always right. What
And
is
what's
wrong
right
will never be right.
Yeah.
And what is right will never be wrong.
Mhm.
2 lefts don't make a right, but 3 do.
Yeah.
Isn't that a Reliant K song?
Yes! Oh! Well
Listen,
done.
I
So
know my
woke.
Christian pop culture.
Well done.
Well, my old Christian pop culture. What has Reliant K done recently?
I think Teeson's
Easy.
out on tour
Focus,
solo.
you guys.
Oh,
What? I'm
Focus.
just saying.
That's sorry.
how we do it.
Sorry.
No, it's still Star Wars reference. He's on tour solo right now.
Yeah.
So, thank you.
Okay. All right, get to some comments, Gear, and then we got to get out of here.
Well, Cruz says, unfortunately, our government systems don't always help the current situation. Kim said, this isn't right. She did everything she had to do to get this kid help. We argue using these systems when it's convenient for our argument, but not using entitlements when in need, Medicaid, food stamps, etc. Man.
So it sounds like, if he's living with an elderly person,
Right.
this elderly person doesn't sound like they are keeping the house clean, and it's probably not, doesn't sound like it's a very good environment for this kid to be living in from what we've got. So calling CYFD, she even said she was nervous that he would get thrown into the foster care system.
But here's what sucks.
Maybe
That's just a condemnation on the entire foster care system. I get it that some things are broken, but what if that's for his better?
Right,
Yeah.
exactly.
What if a foster family came
There are
along?
there are some really, really good foster
Yes.
families.
Absolutely, yeah.
Out there.
Dude.
There's a lot, not some. There's a lot of good foster families.
Amen.
And there's probably the percentage is probably small of the ones who are trying to work the system, so to speak.
That's like some good friends of mine, the Lopez family. We talk about them. Clopez and his wife, Sherry. She posted something yesterday that was, I thought, phenomenal when it came to what we are currently talking about with abortion. We talked about it at length during Shock Therapy Live. And she was talking about this idea of like all these people that are so irate and upset that New York changed their law and that now it's like up to the end. And it's like, I hope you're using all of this energy to in turn help somebody, because people talk about like adoption should be free. And she's like, let me show you all of the ways it actually is free and how with foster care, the government will actually pay you to raise this child until the age of 18. And so there are all these amazing resources, but I think we immediately just go with this mentality of like, it's us versus the government and it's always evil. So the more that we like look at the situation, it's like maybe if she had gone through the proper channels, not only would have his health care been taken care of in this moment, but maybe his situation would actually have been bettered, because we don't know. But we do know that now all that's done is that she's in trouble and he got his strep throat taken care of. But he's still living in the same house, under the same rule where it's negligent. Apparently, it seems like it could be apparent.
Sounds like it.
Yeah, like there's negligence in that home. So wouldn't it have been better to have contacted CYFT because maybe he'd be put in a better situation? Not just a Band-Aid on his gaping wound.
Exactly.
This needs stitches and possible, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
yep.
Yeah. We like to Band-Aid things with like the fast and easy and I don't know.
So what we need is more dedicated followers, disciples of Jesus to run for office.
Oh, dude.
To affect policy.
Preach.
That's right, man.
I mean, I'm not going to do it because I don't have thick skin.
I'm not going to do it.
Maybe I should.
It's all about you, Steve-O. Good luck.
You got to do it, Steve-O.
All right, we're out of time.
Are we?
Sam, thank you. Love you, dude.
Love you too.
Have a
Missed
good
you
week.
guys last week. I will.
Yeah, man. Hey, Starmy, have a good weekend. That's right. The weekend is here. Be safe. Enjoy it. Relax. Go do something cool. Go to feedinhimkids.org.com and go and support that. Man, Holly came on, threw down a bunch of knowledge on you guys this morning. If you missed any of the show, it'll be uploaded on YouTube, iTunes, the app, Star 88 through the app. And we'll see you on Monday. Bye, guys.
That's all we got. There ain't no more. That's right. Time is tight. It's the end of the show.
Latitudes in Rio Rancho is proud to become a power partner. Latitudes is more than just a gas station. Latitudes combines the elements of a neighborhood market, Mac's Steak in the Rough, burgers and hot dogs, and a convenience